All right, we are live on YouTube. Hello, everybody. Today, we're just going to be talking and teaching whatever happens to come up or whatever we feel like teaching. If something came up in a previous stream and we don't feel like teaching it again, we'll probably skip it and tell whoever asked to just go check out our recent stream.
Well, thank you for the follows, guys.
Would it over Zoom? Usually we just do Discord. Discord's pretty good.
Yeah. Stardust, I will get back to you on mentorship information after the stream, so just letting you know I did read your message.
Hey, Mimi.
You tired person?
Tired person, yeah. Awesome.
So, I don't know, maybe we can come up with some topics that we really want to talk
Would
about.
there be recorded videos? No.
No.
I mean, not unless you record it yourself. I don't record mentorships. What?
Oh, I don't know. I was gonna say,
I thought you said something.
I think I was gonna say, I don't know what, maybe we can think of some topics to talk about initially, and then we can go into some kind of like requests. I know that you've been learning a lot on Noton and high key, mid key stuff. If you
Yeah.
want to talk about that today, that'd be kind of cool.
Maybe we could talk about some of that stuff later. So excited to draw along today.
Nice.
Awesome. I did not make any drink or anything. Actually, I have a little bit of Americano left.
Maybe character design and head shapes. What do you think about that? Character design and head shapes.
You're the artist.
What kind of character design do you want to talk about? We did talk some about head shapes. Let me see, actually. In the previous stream, we actually did talk a little bit about head shapes, but maybe we can actually go for more like different varieties of head
Yeah,
shapes.
I would say this stuff in the previous stream is like really standard
basic.
generic head shapes.
Yeah.
Let's go over something that's maybe a little bit more
Military style?
little bit more interesting.
Yeah, and I'll just say interesting head shapes. I am not very versed in military character design, and it's very difficult.
It's not.
It
It's
isn't?
actually an easier type to do generally. It's just you have to have the visual library for it. Anything that you don't have a visual library for is going to be difficult.
That's true.
It's like telling someone to draw a triangle and they've never seen or heard of a triangle before. Like, how would they be able to do it? It's like, oh, draw this very specific kind of bulletproof vest. If you've never seen one or studied one, you'd never be able to draw it. So visual library is key when it comes to drawing different kinds of things. Now who's meowing?
Oh, they're just probably fighting a little bit. I saw Poppy and Toby scrap at each other.
Well, I'm gonna go grab him and.
I'm into military stuff right now. Great. I would say learn different types of military equipment, like vests, like what kind of armor that they have, like knee pads and stuff. I don't really do that much, so I can't really say. But it will probably be the same principles as like, understanding shape language, understanding silhouette, and how to make things more interesting. I would say like good examples of like kind of pseudo military style stuff is like what, like I'll say even the Marvel universe has pretty good like buckles and like Black Widow type suits have like some kind of military-esque vibe to them, so you can study those things as well. See where they put out the buckles and stuff. Like perspective? I don't know what you mean by perspective. So anyways, maybe we'll just get started. I smell Toby fart again.
Dude, he has this little built-in defense mechanism called stinky, rancid egg farts.
He sure does.
Hey,
like
Dahlia.
the vest. Yeah, I would say understand the forms of the vest. Here he is, the little baby.
Rancid
Farted.
egg stinkers.
Holy crap, he does smell kind of rancid.
Rancid farts he's letting out. He took a big nap and his farts brewed for hours.
Farts for hours. I would say like, I mean, if I remember, I used to draw some kind of like tactical gear back then, but they generally have like, it protects the whole body, a lot of the upper torso. They have like thicker straps. Generally it kind of looks like this.
Yeah, like there's different kinds of body armor. Are you drawing like body armor?
Yeah, I'm just kind of drawing some body
So
armor.
there's different types of body armor, right? There's soft armor like Kevlar and mixed like materials like that. There's hard armor like steel plates or ceramic, and then you'd need a plate carrier. Like, I mean, it's an entire industry, right? Like the
Yeah.
military industry and, armor is a subject that's developed over literally thousands of years. So it takes a lot of, like, you would want to study this stuff. You would want to probably watch a documentary on the history of body armor and the development of that. You know, there's different. The echo, is there an echo going on, chat, or is it just one person?
Like, I would look at like things like, okay, this is what a Kevlar vest, I guess, looks like, and they have all these specific shapes inside the vest. Like,
no echo. Okay, you might have to reload your stream.
Like, this is very common. They have like these Velcro areas for, I don't know exactly, like probably extra
like
bags, Molly bags.
Like Molly, you know, it's been a while since I looked into that kind of stuff, but there's, you know, modular attachments so you can place different things. They have like these little kind of straps that are sewed on, and then there's like a little loop, and then it's sewed on. And, you know, Molly and Alice, I think, is what they used to use. I don't know a lot about military stuff. I've worked on a couple of different projects in concept art where we had to draw some like military type vests and armor and stuff.
Yeah, like there's like there would be like different components in the abdominal area, like different seam lines and stuff. So I would like keep in mind like, oh, here's like an attachment right in the middle, and that, you know, creates depth. There's like another side to it that is underneath of that section. And so you would just do a bunch of drawings to study it first.
Yeah, I would really, really recommend quantity. If you want to learn this kind of stuff, do quantity. Don't draw like one vest and draw it really detailed. Draw a bunch of them from a bunch of different angles. When I was in design school, we had a class called design sketching, and every week we had to fill 5 A3 pages. That's like 11 by 17 with drawings of different subject matters. It could have been animals, it could have been bags and gear, it could have been whatever, different types of trees and shrubbery and foliage, or different types of buildings. And the point of that class was to get us to understand different subject matters better and build visual library.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like I guess just do a bunch of drawings, maybe label some things if you think is confusing. Stuff like that.
Yeah, and like get nerd out about it, right? So like really nerd out about it and go like,
you know, what do the bags look like? I've definitely drawn some kind of tactical bags before. They kind of look like this.
Like here's a plate carrier, for example, right? This covers your chest. A plate, like a ballistic plate, would go inside of this, and that would stop bullets. It would cover your vital areas, right? Like your lungs and your heart, and basically over top of your rib cage, but the sides are open. And so all these little areas right here, those little strap things, those are called Molly. I think it's MOLLE. Some military nerd in the chat can correct me probably. And you would attach different stuff to that, like things that would carry your mags, things that would carry your medical kit, your whatever. So you can kind of attach these things anywhere you want.
Yeah, like some of them have like straps that wrap over. Like some of them kind of look like this. It's been a very long time since I've drawn these kind of things. Yeah. I should actually do more studies of these.
How would you simplify it 50 feet away? You'd probably just draw the big forms and silhouette.
Yeah, silhouette.
Very largely silhouette.
So yeah, kind of talked a little bit about that. I would say like look at other things like utility belts, garters, or not garters, like what are those things called where they hold a gun and it's like a attachment that goes around your leg.
Looks like the ones you get issued, mag pouches. Yeah, I've never been in the military. I have a lot of friends who are, but I'm not a big military nerd. I know a little bit about stuff here and there.
Like some belts would kind of, I've definitely seen belts where they'll have like padding on the sides. I don't really know why they do it, but that's more
belts
like
with padding on the sides.
Like it looks like this.
Oh yeah, just like. You mean there's like an under thing?
Yeah, there's like an under thing, and it like pads the hips or something like that. I don't really know what it's for, but I've definitely seen.
I think it just helps distribute the weight and make it so there isn't like an area that gets a lot of weight on it and causes discomfort.
Yeah. So
and it might also like there's you'll see it in like hiking backpacks and stuff a lot of the time too. That kind of padding and stuff. Padding for women.
This is Procreate, and we also do this is what do I say? I cannot speak today. This is the iPad Pro 13-inch, and I'm using Procreate for the drawing program. Sorry about that. Every time I see Toby, he reminds me of my cat, Salem. I put a picture of my cat in Pets on Discord, and you can compare the two. I just want to know if I'm delusional or not. Oh, that's funny.
Seems like to be an artist, you have to learn a lot of stuff to draw them. Yeah, that's definitely true. And I feel like that's a really good point, because I think a lot of people put a lot of pressure on themselves. They basically go, I want to draw something. They've never studied it. They don't know what it looks like. They can't draw in 3D. And then when the drawing turns out bad, they're just like, oh my gosh, I'm so terrible. It's like, no, drawing is a really hard thing. There's a lot of studying involved, and most people specialize a lot. I'm talking they spend 10, 15, 20 years basically drawing the same exact things. That's like, they specialize, right? Like, I mean, Sparth, for example, he does like sci-fi design. He does like spaceships, sci-fi design. He's like the guy, the Halo guy. And he doesn't really do a lot else.
Yeah.
You know, Scott Robertson's a vehicle guy. He basically just wants to draw cars for 20, 30 years. And so if you want to be a generalist, you're never really going to understand a particular subject at a super high level unless you start to specialize in it. Looking for... Oh, Rogel, thank you for the 5
Thank
Canadian
you.
super chat on YouTube. Hey, I'm looking for online live classes specifically on concept art landscape stuff. I want to boost my level again. Any suggestions? Live classes. Probably... You'd probably want to look into Brainstorm School. Just Google Brainstorm School. It's like a concept art school. You could also look into like CGMA, though I've never taken classes there. I have a lot of friends who have. They're online. They're going to probably run you $700 to $900 for maybe a 10-week, 8-week, 10-week class. But they're really good.
Yes.
You want to write that?
Yeah, sure. CGMA.
Brainstorm School?
Brainstorm School. Actually,
Just
I'll write-
Brainstorm School.
Okay, I'll do it here.
They have good classes. There's others. Concept art. You
Brainstorm
don't really
School.
learn concept art. You learn design. Concept art is like a job. Like, it's kind of difficult to explain. I would try to avoid looking into classes on concept art, because the job of a concept artist, you're just designing different stuff. And so I would specifically look into classes like what you're saying, like landscapes. You could take like a prop design class. Most people who go and look to learn concept art find a bunch of resources that are kind of aimed towards people who are excited about the flashiness of a job title.
Yeah.
It's not like it's bad, and like concept art is a real job, but generally you don't learn concept art. You would take design classes, and then you'd get hired as a concept artist. But like you wouldn't really take a class on concept art. You'd take a class on, say, form language or composition or design sketching or like visual library building or you know, foundational drawing or character design. Because concept art is so broad. It's kind of like, I don't even know. It's like saying classes on driving. It's like, well, driving what? Formula One, NASCAR, becoming a trucker. Like, it's such a broad subject. This is what I see a lot of people do. And in the beginning, before I had learned a lot of this stuff, I kind of fell into this idea that I would just like look up like concept art. Not saying you're doing this exactly, but it's definitely something that a lot of people fall into. Can you define visual library? My definition? Yeah, I would say visual library is basically your brain's database of what things look like.
Yep.
Like Christina has a large visual library when it comes to head shapes.
Head shapes,
Or
clothes.
anatomy, for example. Like she has a good visual library of anatomy. She knows the names and locations of all the major muscles. She has a good visual library of proportion. She knows how to construct figures. She has a good library
Poses
for
for-
anime, like
poses.
anime faces, anime eye types. She has a good visual library for like dresses and frilly Lolita dresses and stuff.
Yeah, that's my that's my comfort zone. But I think like the more you draw like a particular thing, the more you're going to gain knowledge about it. Like Colton, I think you're very knowledgeable about. I think for one, you're pretty knowledgeable about tactical stuff, and environment stuff, pipes, like environment things.
I mean, I
Interiors.
did it for work for a while,
Yeah.
but
Same face syndrome while staying in the same art style. Oh, that makes sense.
yeah, we do have a couple questions.
Mm-hmm.
I'll scroll up a little bit. Do you guys teach rendering in the Draw Anime Academy website? Yes.
Yes.
In my painting class, Lindsay, I go through rendering literally in depth from scratch, just like those demos that I did the other day on stream, wherever they were, like just like this demo. I do stuff like this from scratch, from the very basics. I teach you how to calculate.
This is actually not working,
What do you mean?
and I don't know how to
heck?
shut it down.
Okay. Oh, there it
Oh,
goes.
there it goes. Somehow it's a magic weapon. It's a magic.
I just
weapon.
click it on and off a bunch of
Yeah,
times.
it's all the way at the bottom.
It's all the way at the bottom. Yeah. In anime art school, I teach very, very basic form rendering, and I teach you how to calculate all of these cast shadows. Like, all of these cast shadows here are calculated. You can see all these lines are wobbly. Like, these are all freehand. And I explain it in depth how to calculate cast shadows on all different kinds of objects, like this, like that. And then we go through and do stuff like this. I teach about Noton, which is like two value. I teach composition, painting, color theory, gamut masks, limited palettes, all that kind of stuff. That's all in my painting class, Lindsay.
How do I stop being insecure of my art? Have very low expectations.
Have no expectations.
No expectations.
I saw a video by Gary Vee a while back, and he's just like, you want to know why I'm happy all the time? Because I don't have any expectations. I never expect anything. I would say nuke all of your expectations and just try to enjoy the moment. Draw to enjoy drawing. Don't draw to try and get an amazing result. Just draw and have fun and challenge yourself. It's easier said than done, of course. Can we do all three classes at once? No, I would not recommend going into the rendering class until after you've gone all the way through the perspective class. Best way to learn color theory, do traditional painting.
Yes.
Take a traditional painting class, buy limited palettes, just get a tube of like cadmium red, like a yellow, like a cad yellow, cad red,
Cad orange.
cad orange. Just get like your
crimson.
basic colors, like
Ultramarine
very basic colors, and then just use like ultramarine blue,
Okay, so this is what we use.
alizarin crimson, and what's the third? Like a green?
I don't think we had a green on our palette.
We didn't have like a
There-
phthalo green or something.
No, it
What was the palette that Lemon?
I'm gonna write it down. So alizarin crimson, cadmium orange, cad yellow,
There was like a 3-color palette that's really good.
ultramarine blue, and white.
For the classes, are you supposed to start with the heads and anatomy both at once? You can if you want. Yes, you can start with those, but you can do only one if you want to. Yeah, Jung Bei Glazer, what the heck? Yeah, and I would start with with traditional art. Get some like watercolor. Watercolor is really difficult. Maybe like acrylic or oil. Get a super limited palette, and learn how to mix colors and get colors through mixing, and start with really limited palettes. Learn some color theory through maybe some books. Like this book is really good, Artist Master Series Color and Light. This one right here, you can just look up like Nathan Fowkes, this name at the bottom, Color and Light. This is a really, really good book. Talks a lot about color theory, Munsell's color system.
Yeah, burnt umber is definitely a palette part of the palette that I use, but it's actually more of a convenience color. You can actually mix burnt umber by mixing ultramarine blue and cad orange.
Yeah, it talks about like CMY versus RBY, like cyan magenta yellow versus red blue yellow, and it talks about mixing and how color bounces to your eyes. It's blurry. You can press it.
Oh, oops. There we go.
Where'd you press?
I pressed in the middle.
No, I like pressing up here.
Oh, okay.
Right, there's another book that's really good. It's called Color and Light by James Gurney. It's in my office right now. I could go grab it if you want. And learn color theory by limiting yourself.
So I'll just write down the books. Color and Light. Wait, oops. Color and Light by Nathan Fowkes, right?
Yeah, he's one of the authors
He's one of the
of
authors. Who's the main author?
I don't actually know. There's 4 different people, but I don't know who the main author is. Probably Nathan Fowkes.
Okay, Nathan.
But
Fowkes.
I would say the better book, my more favorite book is Color and Light by James Gurney. Can you can you write it?
Yeah, I'll write
I'm gonna go grab that other book right now. Very good book. But the best way, in my opinion, and many people's opinions, to learn color theory is to start with limitations to understand the basics.
So yeah, those are the 2 books for on color and light.
Like, understand warm and cool and how color is relative. So you can have a warm red and you can have a cool red. Right? You can have a warm blue and you can have a cool blue. And so color is relative. And if you're painting a picture and you have, say, a cool light source and you have a warm shadow, understanding that a warm shadow, your shadow could be blue, but it's a warm blue versus, say, a cool blue for the light. That's one of the biggest. That's like one of the biggest things for color theory.
Yeah.
But remember that understanding colors is not going to save you from not knowing how to light and render things. It's kind of like a build-up process. There's drawing foundation, which is like drawing primitive forms.
Okay, go ahead.
Right? There's drawing foundation, which is like understanding your how to draw and render your primitive forms. Right? You could do a cone, you could do a pyramid, you could have
Triangular prism or ribbon.
like ribbons, you could have a triangular prism, and knowing how to draw these in 3-dimensional space and knowing how to render them with value as if they were being hit by a light, understanding the difference between core shadows and cast shadows, soft light and hard light, and then taking this and going into color theory. So for example, like what I did the other day on stream, this right here, is I started with a simple drawing of these, then I decided on my light source, I blocked out my shadows, I blocked out my lit side, my shadowed side, and only after that am I starting to go into color theory. And I'm like, okay, we got a blue sky, we've got a sun that's warm, so I'm gonna have warm light on these objects, and then my blue is going to fill the shadowed side. So you can see, I've got warm green right here, and I've got cool, very cool in the shadows, because my primary light is warm, my secondary light is cool. Now, if that were reversed, if I had a cool light source, then by definition, if something's cool, then the contrast is warm. So I would have cool green as my light and warm green as my shadows. What size of the canvas? It's 5,000 by 6,000.
5,000 by 6,000. So we have a few. Go ahead.
What's that?
I was gonna say we have a few questions like how to make interesting head shapes, avoiding same face syndrome in the same art style, and noses and eyes. So we'll talk about that in a bit after Glenn shows us
And
stuff.
like you can see, here's some of Christina's illustrations from Anime Art School. It's a little bit.
It is dark.
The iPad Mini doesn't really get that bright, does it?
Nope.
There we go.
There we
We'll
go.
adjust the camera. Like here's some of this, right? She's got this really, really, really warm light in the background, but then we went ahead and threw a blue rim light on the left to pop that character out, right? So we've got a really warm light, but we also have warm shadows. But there's a color difference between them. And then this one, for example, this one's really fun. This one's got like a warm light and like purplish shadows. But since the values are working, everything else works.
Do you think high school art class would help improve my art? I can't do actual art school at the moment.
Probably.
Probably.
I mean, I don't think it would hurt your art.
Yeah.
Right? And like this is a demo that I did in our anime art school in the lighting class. And you can see that right here, I've actually got a dual light source. You can see that cylinder is casting 2 shadows. It's casting a blue one and it's casting a yellow one. And then where those shadows overlap, neither of the lights are hitting. So for example, this green block is being hit by both light sources. There you can see that one has a dual shadow as well. So there's a yellow light and then there's a blue light. And where the yellow light doesn't hit, the blue light is filling it. That's why that shadow's blue. And then you can see back there where the blue light doesn't hit and the yellow light does. That's why that shadow's yellow.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting, but a lot of this stuff is built on foundation. It's built on the foundation of strong drawing ability. That's why this rendering and painting class doesn't come until after the perspective class, because painting is drawing plus extra. Heck, coloring something is drawing plus painting plus extra. So there's a lot to build up before that stage. And it can get overwhelming very quickly. What are we learning today? We're kind of learning whatever comes up, whatever people ask about.
Yes. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how to make interesting head shapes. So this is kind of like your average anime head shape, but if you want to deviate from that, actually what you can do is just change the form of the lower jaw. So I actually started the same way with every single head, just by starting off with the cranium. But the only difference is that I changed the shape of the lower jaw to fit a specific shape. So for instance, a square like jaw, I try to emulate this as much as possible to like a square while keeping the forms of the face pretty accurate. So for instance, actually it's not a very good one. Is there a male one right here? Okay, so this is the teen male head that we have here. We got our jaw and that, it comes up at an angle. But with an adult male head, for example, I may just drop that down a little bit and actually make it a bit flatter to achieve that squarish look. Have you done these drawings on Procreate? These drawings, yes, but not in our anime art school. Our anime art school, we use Photoshop. Same thing with more of like a hexagonal lower jaw. This kind of has that like angular, almost triangular, but has some flat areas, flat shapes in there. So that kind of makes it look like a hexagon. This is more triangular, so that means I drop the jaw and the chin to a point to make it look more triangular. And then here's like a more circular head shape where I just rounded out the jaw. So you can just experiment with changing jaw head shapes just like that and see what you do.
Lindsay with the $5 super chat on YouTube. Thank you for teaching art. Thank you, Lindsay. Really appreciate it. And thank you a lot. And also Rogel earlier, thank you for the 5 Canadian. Did that answer your question, by the way, Rogel? I never did see another message from you in chat. Can you draw casually, or does every artist need to be the successor of Kim Jong-il? I mean, you can draw casually, you can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want.
Like, nope, there's no rules. If you want to draw casually, no one's stopping you.
If every artist needs to be the successor of Kim Jong-il, people will be doing it by now.
Yeah, I was thinking the other day, how sick would it be if there were art classes, like decent quality art classes in school from when kids are like really young.
Oh my gosh.
They learn the basics of like perspective and design, and so like instead of something that's like not very good, like what's taught in a lot of art classes, imagine if like every kid learned art growing up, but they like learned how to draw like properly. Yeah, like almost like you learn how to talk, right? Like you learn the alphabet, you practice your ABCs, you learn how to pronounce words, you practice your handwriting. What if students also learned growing up just drawing? Like they learned how to draw objects at different angles, they learned how to draw through, and they learned like that at a very young age. I think that would be interesting. Our whole society would literally be completely filled with Kim Jong-ils.
Hey, Fox.
Like, imagine if people learned how to draw, and it was almost like an extension of their language. Like, when people were trying to explain something, they could just, like, draw it.
Oh, my gosh,
like a society crazy. Of people who were taught to draw.
The art society.
Yeah, it'd be really cool.
Would you guys ever do an art study schedule PDF?
Huh? Oh!
That'd actually be interesting.
Lindsay, that's a good question. Honestly, we've thought about it in the past, but I totally forgot. Do we have a list of, like, things?
I can write it down real quick, because actually that's a great idea.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Art schedule PDF. I would love to have, like, a customizable art schedule that people can just use to make their own. That'd be sick. Hey, Slay. If it's not too much to ask, could you speak a little slower? I can try to speak a bit slower. See, here I am talking fast again. I tend to speak kind of fast, so I'll try to slow down a bit. But that may not happen consistently. So, I actually want to talk a little bit about avoiding same face syndrome while keeping the same art style. So I drew a little drawing right here, and all I did here was to use this as a style guide. So when you want to keep the same style, have a benchmark. Have like, oh, here's my style, and I'm going to use that as my benchmark so that when I draw other head shapes, I can tweak things and make some things the same. So, for instance, if I want to draw a character with a rounder face, but I want to keep it the same style, I want to think, okay, do I want my eyes to be the same style? Do I want the ears to be a little bit different? I would say that my eyes, I want to keep it consistent. So like this is kind of the style of my eyes. It's very simple and it's like very dark. So maybe I'll change the eye shape a little bit, make it more narrow, but I'll keep the same framework. You know, maybe I'll make the eyes a little bit smaller on this one. And it's just trying to maintain a similar shape. So this eye shape looks very different from this, but they look like they share the same style. You know, no nose, maybe a mouth, bigger ears.
Oh,
like
by the
that.
way, I forgot. We are running a sale right now on Anime Art School.
Yes.
Our big year-long art fundamental program. And this is pushed over again.
Oh, it is.
And I just wanted to remind everybody. I keep forgetting. Also, we're going to be streaming for 20 hours. We're going to do 2 10-hour streams this coming weekend on the 16th and the 17th. We're going to be live all weekend. We're going to have a lot of fun. We've actually been coming up with some of the stuff that we're going to be doing this weekend. So if you are available this Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be live all day, both of those days, having a lot of fun, doing a lot of OC drawing people's characters. And it's going to be fun. There's going to be some like art giveaway type stuff and Roblox and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So if you're interested in that,
Yeah.
keep an eye out for that.
The code is 20 for 20 for the 20% discount on our Anime Art School. When you're drawing a sketch and you draw a box for the face, how do you draw the face in the box?
I'm not sure what you mean. The box just acts as a perspective grid.
Yes.
You're not really trying to draw the face in the box so much as the box is a visual
representation.
Is a visual representation of like the 3-dimensional space that you're drawing in.
Yeah.
Every time Christina draws a head without a box, she's imagining the box in her head.
Yeah.
Or she's like thinking of the perspective.
Like if I see this much of the face, I will know that this is the head angle that my head's going to be in. I want to try to mimic that angle with my head shape. And then you can just add the features on top without using the box. Just make sure that it's over on the same perspective. Like you can add some perspective lines like, oh, here's where it's going. Here's the perspective lines. And you just make sure that your features match up.
Hey, Clear Sky. Maybe on my end, but you skipped a couple of times. I'm not sure. I don't see anything here on our end. You maybe reload your YouTube stream?
Maybe. I love that nose. Well, thank you. It was a very simple nose, which we'll talk about some noses as well.
I do have a feeling that if we keep doing these kind of streams, pretty much every single stream is going to end up going over head shapes.
Oh, yeah, they
So
will.
We'll probably not spend too much time on head shapes today because we covered them last stream as well. If you really want to know head shapes, then you would be willing to dig through the last live stream that we did.
Yeah.
Noses. I did see some questions about
Yeah,
noses.
we'll do some noses. So to understand noses, we got to understand the basic forms of the nose and how it affects the face.
What are you grabbing for?
I don't know. I think I was grabbing the sorrow head, but I didn't know where it was.
Yeah.
Thank
Bro,
you.
there are so many heads on our desk. 1, 2, 3,
I know.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9, 10, 11 different 3D printed heads on our desk right now.
Draw detailed shirts. That's interesting. I'll probably write that down. We haven't covered clothes today. Detailed shirts. What do you
This
mean
is
by detailed? This is kind of messed up, isn't it? It's
Where
kind
is
of
the list of stuff?
Here it is. It's right down here.
That's
But
it says CGMA.
I know. It's because I continued the list after that, so I'll put that here.
Yeah, I find the color theory and painting stuff is really interesting.
Shirts. Detailed shirts. I don't know what you mean by detailed shirts, but I'll write it and then we'll kind of figure it out.
Probably knowing where to put the folds.
That's a good idea. So I'll just say folds. All right. So, did some of that. We'll do some noses. So, understanding that the nose isn't just this. I mean, like, this is like a very simplified version of it, but underneath of that all is you're simplifying this. You're simplifying. Sorry,
Did you
these
show
planes.
the Asaro head?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
It's blurry.
It's fine. Just
Okay.
show it.
Well, basically.
Just pull it further away.
Okay. Sorry, it's kind of hard to do that. All right, thank you. So we got the keystone corner, which goes into the face. Then we got the bridge of the nose that comes out of the face. And then we got the bottom part side of the nose, which is like a little plane on the bottom. So if we were to draw that.
Here.
Thank you. So there you can see it really clearly with the shadows.
Can't at all. There you go.
Yep.
There's those planes right there.
And you would just simplify them into simple planes and boxes. Generally, box is a great way to simplify it. I like to kind of simplify it like the bottom side is like a trapezoid, and then the rest kind of just mimics a box. So it just looks like that. And then all you have to do for noses is figure out how much you want to show, right? Do you want to show, more of this kind of bone in the nose a little bit? You want to show some of this side? Or do you want to just keep it simple? Do you want to show more of the nostril or not? This really just depends on how you want to do it. Some people stylize their noses where it's very, very curved and it peaks, just like this. But it's all the same structure. You're just stylizing it a little bit differently. Some people even just do a button nose. So like, they have a face and then they'll just draw a little button like this. To the average viewer, it just looks like a little curve, but to the artist, they're thinking this. They're thinking about this wireframe. They're just only showing the little button right in there.
Yeah. Drawing, like the reason that it's so important to practice boxes, the reason it's so important to construct and do so much stuff like these heads is because you still do that. You just don't show it all.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. It's like you practice something so many times that later you don't have to draw it. You can just draw a little bit. Draw a little bit here, a little bit there. It's good though.
Someone said, my mom let me get your class. I can't read your name, but thank you.
Oh, awesome.
Was that today or?
Who, huh?
My mom let me get your class. I don't know.
Awesome. Tell us more about that.
Tell us more about that.
So, for example, right, like you could draw a box like this.
Hey, Clear Sky.
Right?
Oh, that was yesterday. Awesome.
Oh, awesome.
Yay.
Congrats. Right? I'm kind of in a really weird angle, but essentially, like, if you draw enough boxes, you can draw the boxes without having to draw the whole thing. And so in my head, I've got this sort of thing going on. And you would essentially do that when drawing heads. Is, you draw the cranium and this and that and that and the eye line and the ear and this. And then later on you don't draw all this stuff. You just draw some of it. You just put the nose in the right spot. You put the eye in the right spot. You put the eyebrow in the right spot. So the reason it's so important to practice these things so many times is because eventually you will be able to draw them without having to put in all the guidelines, without having to draw the whole thing. So drawing boxes, drawing heads, and constructing them is an exercise.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, crap. This
What?
got cropped.
What? Well, I don't know how. When?
I don't know when.
The heck? When did that happen?
I don't know. There it goes.
Oh, there it goes.
Well,
No idea. It doesn't matter.
yeah. Talk about some clothes and folds.
Where can we get an Asaro head model like that? You can't.
Nope, you can't.
Somebody is now at our door for some reason.
So we 3D printed our Asaro head, but if you want to get like the authentic Asaro head, you're gonna have to like buy it on like a website, and it's kind of hard to get, and
Yeah.
it's expensive.
Yeah, you can't get these like this. We 3D printed this ourselves. along with all these.
Yeah, that's why we want to make our own. Or
Actually,
some
we
kind of
modeled
head
these ones
We
in
modeled
Blender.
these ones, and this is one with the features drawn on it. It's the camera's not doing very well, but yeah, that's why we're printing our own and selling our own later on.
Yeah.
We wouldn't sell the Asaro heads, but we would sell these ones that we're making right
You
now.
can't. You're not allowed to
can't.
sell
You're not allowed
Asaro
to
heads.
sell.
They're copyrighted.
Yeah.
The reason I 3D printed this is because someone built one online and gave away the 3D file for free, and I just put it in the slicer and printed it myself. I like how portable it is. Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah.
We have a whole bunch of them. We have like tons of them. I printed like 10 of them. I gave one to my oil painting teacher. He really liked it. He was like, "Oh my gosh, so useful."
Yeah.
But the little baby, the big ones, the full size ones, you can buy online on like planes of the head. They got a whole bunch of different stuff. They got like planes of the body. Remember when you made them kiss? I don't know what you're talking about.
So if you want to draw shirts and make them look detailed, a lot of it is just adding the most important folds. So try not to add, if you have a reference, it's more helpful if you have a reference. But if you have a reference and you want to make it look detailed, try not to add all the lines that you see in your reference. Or even just in a simple drawing like this, you don't want to add too much, because too much will prevent you from actually seeing, the whole of the image. You'll end up just focusing on the shirt. If that's your intention, totally fine. But if not, you want to be careful. A lot of it is understanding the main tension points, like your shoulders generally, and sometimes a bit of your side, but for the most part, it's always on your shoulders for short-sleeved shirts like this. And sometimes, a lot of time, you'll see different types of folds appear, like the diaper fold, which happens where two tension points are connecting the cloth, and the cloth looks like this. This is a very common type of fold to use, and it's used everywhere, so don't be shy to use it. It's not like it's a you can't use it just because other people draw it. You also see tension folds coming from the shoulders, and they drop down, which kind of splits the sleeve a little bit. And all of a sudden, just by adding those few folds, the shirt feels more detailed. Mm-hmm. And
it's funny because like drawing things that look detailed, it doesn't actually have a lot to do with detail. It has to do with knowing how to direct your viewer's attention.
Yes.
Like, you can make something look really detailed that's not actually that detailed by directing their eyes to the correct areas. And you do that by studying a lot and practicing a lot. It's really a design thing.
Yeah. Like, if I want to draw, I don't know, I thought of a cute dress, but I'll make a simple dress. If I wanted to figure out like how to draw a dress and understand the folds, I would be like, okay, how do I want the collar to be? Well, maybe I want the collar to be more like accentuated like this, and then there's going to be like a section where the cloth pulls around the waist. That automatically looks really cool. And this could be left as a short top, or you can
put a ribbon around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it could be like a dress.
Could be a dress.
And then you could get some pipe folds coming down.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah, like a lot of getting good at drawing this kind of stuff here is, again, you practice it so many times that it becomes part of your vocabulary.
Yeah.
Like Christina, to her, pipe folds is just part of her vocabulary. Mm-hmm. So anytime she wants to draw the bottom of a dress, she's just like, pipe folds. I know how to draw pipe folds.
Yeah.
Or it's like, oh, a diaper fold. I know how to draw a diaper fold. Or, oh, a spiral fold. I know how to draw a spiral fold.
Leather jacket. You got these lapels that are really thick.
You're kind of off.
Oh, oops, thank you. Got these areas that are really thick, and they have these seam lines, and you're just adding specific details that are only specific to the material and the type of cloth that you're drawing, or type of clothing material that you're drawing.
And they tend to have really wide shoulders, and they have kind of their own support in them. And then the seam line of the jacket will go around from the edge of the shoulder inward, like you can see the seam line on my shirt right here, right? Except on a jacket that's kind of stiff, that's gonna have its own structure to it that kind of comes off of the shoulder.
And leather jackets love to have a seam line that looks like this, or fold that looks very, very continuous.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
My favorite live. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
really
I actually sculpted another head yesterday. A little head.
Oh, how fun.
I haven't really sculpted a lot in Blender, so I've been practicing lately. I kind of think that one turned out neat. It's really low poly. But I'm thinking of maybe doing some various heads and printing them and experimenting a little bit. But yes, if you I don't know if that was the question exactly, but these heads here, heads like this and this, like the male and the female with the silhouette, we are going to be selling these because we actually sculpted these ourselves and 3D printed them. And we're going to be building a how to draw heads class that actually uses these. And if you buy the class, you get a set of heads in the mail physically. It's going to be 5 different heads. There's going to be like a chibi, there's going to be a teen female, a teen male, an adult male, and an adult female. And you're going to be able to use them for reference as you draw. So they're, you know, they're about this big. And they're really helpful, actually. I use them myself.
Is Blender an app?
Yeah, Blender's a 3D modeling program. It's completely
free.
free. It's you'd use it on the PC.
And I'm using an iPad Pro 13-inch to draw.
How is everybody doing anyways? I know we've been kind of jumped right into the teaching and everything, but maybe we'll just slow it down and say, how are you doing, chat? Everybody says where, chat, but nobody asks how, chat. How, chat?
How, chat?
Lindsay, you're doing good. That's good. Sugar, the freaky go-getter, thank you for the follows.
Thank you.
Good, Nawal. We're doing good, too. Glad you're doing good. I'm sick with a sore throat. That's not
Aww.
good. I'm late. Better late than never. We've only been live 46 minutes. Wow,
Really?
we've already been live 46 minutes ahead.
Wow, that's crazy.
Gavin,
Time
thank you for
flies.
the follow. Sugar, good, just finished sketching. Awesome, that's fun. Chillin'. Doing well. Just ate, so now drawing. That's fun. Onyx, thank you for the follow. Doing okay. My hands hurt a lot right now, though. I
Aw.
hope your hands start feeling better.
Yeah.
I'm great. I took everyone on vacation. Fun.
Wow, everyone?
I'm good, but I should fix my sleep schedule. You know, same here.
Us too.
Excited for the head class. Awesome. Learning how to draw. That's fun. Big Back, thank you for the follow.
Thank you.
We've got a Big Back around here too. His name's Applejack, and he's a big back kitty cat.
He's super cute though.
14 pound, 9.5 ounces.
Although that's actually considered small according to some websites.
Do you do detailed / paid courses? Yes,
we do. You want to show?
We absolutely do. We have a really, really, really big in-depth school called Anime Art School, and there's a whole bunch of classes that'll teach you the basics of a lot of stuff. Anatomy, figure drawing. Where the heck? Oh, why was that there? I have to actually organize these a little bit. There we go. You know, the basics of heads, anime heads, faces, and expressions, figure drawing and human anatomy, fabric and form, a clothing drawing class. These are all like, this is a 14-week class. This is a 14-week class. This is a 12-week class. This is a 14-week class. This is like a whole class that introduces you to digital art. This is a 14-week class. 14-week class, and that's all part of our Anime Art School program. You learn how to draw, you know, all kinds of stuff, a full figure drawing class.
Know the anatomy.
Yeah, if you've always wanted to go to college and learn the basics, but you couldn't go to college, and you tried to learn through like YouTube tutorials and stuff, but they all feel like they don't, like, you never really get something really in depth, this is the program that we created to solve that problem.
Oh yeah, you got stuff like perspective, and Colton teaches perspective so comprehensively. Yep. You will understand it way more than just like your average YouTube video and stuff like that.
I actually saw Zubadalia's work for this one. That was cute.
Oh yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
And actually, we are running a sale right now for Anime Art School.
Yeah.
20% off.
Yup, 20% off of this right now. It's about $100 off. By using the code 2420.
2420.
20FOR20. If you're interested in this, checking it out, you can go to drawanime.com and hit the yellow button, which is for Anime Art School.
And then, you know, you can also do your own character designs and make your own anime character sheets.
Oh, I love that.
I actually really enjoyed doing these. So I walk you through how to build your own characters, 3 different characters, and then have you do illustrations from each design. So if you always struggle with, you know, drawing illustrations for your characters, and maybe because you don't understand your character design enough. So when you have the design and everything figured out, it's a lot easier to make an illustration out of. So yeah, and then
this little lizard that I drew,
yes,
you mean that one?
Yeah, he's so cute, isn't he?
Yeah, so this one was really fun. Where the heck? Pieces. Where are the pieces? Here's the pieces of it. Yeah, so basically I broke down this lizard into these really primitive forms, A, B, and C. And then I took them and I put them together, and that's not right. It's hard to aim my hand when looking at the other monitor. And I put them together as a block, A, B, and C, and then we went and smoothed out this. This is one of the lessons in the school. How to draw a lizard in perspective and then round it out.
I struggle with Shady. Do you cover coloring? Actually, yes, he does. This is the stuff that you will be doing in anime art school.
Yeah, so I actually cover it from the very, very beginning. I teach you how to draw very primitive forms, how to calculate the cast shadows. You'd learn this kind of stuff in like a design school. I teach you how to paint different materials. Here's like the exposure on the camera is really bad.
It's also in kind of warm mode as well, but I don't know if that affects anything.
This kind of stuff. There's like stone and wood and a bunch of materials. Grass. Yeah. There's some more of this stuff. And then I bring you through a whole bedroom rendering assignment, wherever the heck that is. There it is. So I draw this from complete scratch, from a drawing, render every single piece, establish the light source, all the shadows, explain everything. Kind of like what I did on the stream the other day. I did this on live stream the other day, except I didn't go into why in the school I do. But yeah.
It's my dream to be able to make my own manga, but I'm not of Japanese origin. Do you think I can still make one?
I don't know if it would technically be called a manga, but you could absolutely write a story and illustrate it in that format, and if it's good, people would read it.
I mean, there's like people who self-publish their own webtoons and webcomics, and and a lot of it is inspired by manga and manhwa, whichever it is. So it's not like manga has to only be Japanese. It's like it's just comics, you know. There's a lot of
like nobody's stopping you from
making your own story.
Comic.
Yeah.
Whether it fits the literal definition of manga or not, I have no idea.
Yeah. But you can still make a comic that is inspired by manga, totally.
Yeah.
You know, like I probably would, you know.
Like it's almost like, do you want to make something that fits the literal definition of a manga, or do you want to write a story that inspires people?
Yeah.
I want to write a story that inspires people.
Yeah, me
and
too.
And that people read.
I saw a question earlier. Oh, back muscles. Back muscles would be kind of fun. We haven't talked about that in a long time.
I did see a question earlier. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it's some like anatomy type stuff.
I think it was back muscles. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, no, we don't do any animation.
No. Do you know the most used perspective that manga uses? Want to practice the boxes? You know, that's actually very interesting because I took a mentorship with Gene Bond, a really good perspective artist, and he actually went through a lot of different kinds of camera angles for like just different scenes that a lot of movies and animations use. You know, you got, well, I'm gonna have to find out the list, but you generally would have like a bird's eye view. Yeah. Bird's eye.
You would learn a lot of this stuff in storyboarding, by the way.
Overhead. You know, you would learn high angle, you know, low angle shots, like ground level, stuff like that. And there's just like a lot of other camera angles that I would have to
Speaking of Big Bad, hello, sir. Oh! I pulled him out of the camera.
Pulled him out of the camera.
Come on.
Oh, hi there, baby.
Hi, baby.
You know, you would have horizon lines, or that would be like eye level, shoulder level, and a lot of this will show up in storyboarding. What was it? Knee level, hip level, stuff like that. So these are just some you can look at, and that would be, you know, extreme close-up as well is really common in manga. Extreme close-ups. You'll see some mangas will just have a extreme close-up.
Seem close.
Yeah, some mangas will literally just have a bunch of faces just close up, like this, and they're just talking to each other. Some manga pages are just like that.
Don't you dare, Applejack! Not already. The second you got up there, you're already trying to eat our sound panels off the wall.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was just licking. Look how cute he is.
He's a silly boy.
He's so sweet. All right, anyways, I need to switch back to, there we go.
So passionate about Japanese culture, so that's why I want to do manga more specifically, more in the Japanese style, like graphic design and their way of drawing.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That's great. I don't think that you have to be Japanese in order to do it. It's not like I don't think they're going to gatekeep it.
I really don't know. I
don't know.
I know culturally, sometimes there's stuff like that where it gets really
Kind of possessive, I guess.
finicky. You'd probably have to talk to like an actual
Manga
artist or somebody who's Japanese that works in that industry and hear about it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. What's a good way to map out manga pages, like the flow of each panel? I mean, that would really just come to your general like design, but I would say study your favorite mangas. Study how they do paneling,
Yep.
like how you break it up. Like you could do a page. Okay, so here's a page, and I could say, like, first off, what do you want to show on the page, right? So like you'd have a story, and then you go, well, maybe I've got, you know, 2 characters, and I'm showing their faces up close, and so these 2 panels are up close. Well, now I've used half the page.
I mean,
right?
they have a bit of a rivalry.
You could just kind of memorize and study different ways that they show this, right? You could do 1 and then 2, or you could do 3 verticals, 1, 2, 3. It really depends on your story. Like, what do you want to show in your story?
There are manga pages where I would just see like there's just 2 panels.
Yep.
You know,
There's so many different kinds of unlimited amount.
Like, for instance, a big moment that's really emotional. Like, oh, this fight scene that happened, and it's just like the still image, and they're like, like maybe there's like a person that did a finishing move, and this person's reacting close up. Whoa.
And that could just be eyes. Like that bottom one could literally just be a pair of eyes, like, ooh, like, right? So like it depends on your
dialogue, and then I've seen a lot of pages that just look just like this, and it's very and it gives that effect, right?
Yeah. So like, I mean, it totally depends on your story. I don't think there's a right and a wrong, but I would focus on, you know, it's as with everything. If you're an artist, think about design.
Like maybe they in this panel they're fighting, so maybe like, you know, this person's kicking this person, they're like, ah. And then this person's punching this other person. Ugh. But it's like what, like it's each panel's a beat, so it's like 1, 2, 3, and maybe they're like staring off at each other.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, something like that.
And then maybe they have like ching, ching.
Yeah.
And they're getting a face off, doing a face off, and then maybe this could be like the next page right after that. So it's like you don't want every page to be the same type of beat. You want like a rhythm. They're like da 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 da. You know, each page has its own beat to it. So yeah. What tablet? This is iPad Pro 13-inch.
Is it better to do paneling first before the script?
I
Probably
don't know.
not. I mean, if there's a shot of a city exploding and you've already designed a page, I would probably want to fill the entire page with that single shot because it's so impactful. So I would probably say your script would probably come before or around the same time as the paneling, or like maybe even just rough. But I there was a guy at Phoenix Fan Fusion, and he had a bunch of comics that he made, and he was telling me that he would literally just make like little thumbnail,
I might have a picture.
like little teeny tiny thumbnail drawings of the comic pages before. Like he would just have like his little sketchbook, and he'd have these little rectangles that would represent the pages, and he would almost like storyboard them as he wrote it. So, you know, like he'd have some words, so kind of be like that, and he'd just have like these little storyboards like this, and he'd kind of panel out and be like, okay, I want to have this thing there, all right, I want to have this thing there, and this is going to happen. Maybe this is like a shot of a house and a person walking towards it, and then maybe this shot is closer of the person, and these would be really, 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 really rough drawings where he would sort of just plan his panels and his pages, and he'd have like the dialogue and the line and the script and stuff down there. Was he the one that outsourced the artists as well, or did he draw his own? I think he did both.
He did both. He
did
drew
both.
one of them. He drew his own. The other ones he's outsourced.
Yeah.
I don't remember where the pictures are because it's all disorganized. But yeah, it basically looked like that.
I find that kind of stuff super helpful. Honestly, my biggest piece of advice: talk to people who do it. You'll get so many good ideas from them. David Finch was at Phoenix Fan Fusion as well. The really famous comic artist. I didn't talk to him. I didn't have any questions to answer, but there were a whole bunch of comic artists at like fan fusions and expos and stuff, and they're all just sitting there. Like, you can go up and, I would say take like $100 or like $100 to an expo and have a good conversation on a slow day with different people who do what you want to do, and just ask them about it, talk to them about it, ask for their process, ask if they have any sketches, how they plan this stuff, and then like buy a comic or a book from them, help support them. That's what I would do. That's what we did.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's what we did. And they're more than happy to talk about it. I mean, how excited would you be if someone came up to you, bought a drawing from you, and was really genuinely interested in your process for your passion?
I would love to bring a comic artist sometime up here and ask questions like that, but it'd be kind of cool. Talk a little bit about back muscles while we're at it. There's only a few back muscles to really draw. There's not a lot. The most important ones are your traps. So here's your clavicle kind of towards the front. It kind of ends at where the end of your clavicle is.
Yeah, and we have a question. Do you have an approach to placing a figure in an environment or perspective grid? Yes, and I can talk about that in a little bit if you want.
I'll put that on the list, and we'll do that right after back muscles. So people in perspective, right? People in
says,
environment.
for the love of God, what drawing tablet are y'all using?
We just answered it.
Yeah, like very recently. It's an iPad Pro 13-inch.
People in environments. iPad Pro 13-inch. I did say it, but I don't think you heard it.
You got your answer. Now, goodbye. I muted the person.
So you got your traps, and it's kind of like a dagger shape. I always forget, do the traps go above or below the lats? Like, is it overlapping the lats? I don't exactly remember, but either way, the lats are usually cover the back. So you got your traps, which is, one of your main back muscles. Then you got your deltoid, which also appears on the back. We won't really talk about the scapula muscles, but they're there, but it's not really exactly necessary. Then you got your lats, which goes from the side of your rib cage and then appears on your back, and it wraps around like this.
Yeah, Art Boy, I'll answer your question in a little bit. What kind of drawing tablet do you recommend? Not for PC, not iPad. I use a Cintiq Pro 24. I really like it. Christina uses a Cintiq Pro 16.
Yes, I do.
The Intuos work really well. I actually haven't tried anything other than a Wacom, but I have been considering requesting a free sample from XP Pen on TikTok and trying it out. Christina and I may try it out. It looks like we hit 188,000 followers.
Nice. So here's your traps, deltoid, lats. The sides here are your obliques, which will also appear in the front. Obliques. And, those are the main muscles that all you have to do is think about. Actually, there's also some muscles underneath called the erector spinae, but you'll just see these little tubular forms right on the bottom. And that's it.
Well, you have your scapular muscles, but you probably wouldn't see that as much.
Yeah, that's why I didn't really cover them.
Yeah.
But yeah, scapular muscles are there. But it would just add 3 more muscles that might confuse people. So.
Yeah, if you're interested in the scapular muscles, it's basically your infraspinatus, your rhomboid major, your rhomboid minor.
No.
What?
It's teres major.
Oh, your teres major. Sorry, not your rhomboid. Your teres major. And your infraspinatus. Where's the rhomboid at? What the heck? Oh, it's under. It's under the scapula right there. And then there's your subscapularis, but you'd never see that.
Subscapularis. Yeah. What drawing tablet would you recommend for Procreate, like budget friendly?
I think Procreate's only on Apple.
I think it's only on Apple.
I think an iPad Mini, if you get the inexpensive one, it's like $600
I don't know a lot
with
of
an Apple Pencil.
Yeah,
But I'm not sure.
I think if you get like Surface Pro or something like that, those are like generally cheaper. It's also like it's a tablet and computer at the same time, and you can get like a free program like Krita if it works. That would be good.
I've been drawing for years now, and I want to know if to learn the real basics of drawing, like, do you have to study drawing or can you learn on your own? The only way is to learn on your own. I mean, the only way to get good is to put in a bunch of time practicing. You can have teachers and mentors and stuff like that. That will definitely speed it up. I would say you could learn on, like, your own, like self-teaching. It would take way more time because you would have to learn from all of your own mistakes, and you would be stuck behind certain things for months and months. In fact, it's so much better to get a teacher or a mentor that I would recommend stop drawing, get a job, save up, and then take a mentorship. Would be faster than just drawing and practicing on your own that whole time.
And being confused.
It is so incredibly useful. Like, if you want to become a professional artist, it is hands down the best idea to take classes or mentorships. Even if you have to stop drawing to take extra jobs to save up. There's no competition for having a good mentor or taking live classes. But you can absolutely learn on your own. It just takes a ridiculously long time. People have done it. But generally, people who do it end up going, oh my gosh, I need a mentor. Oh my gosh, I need to know what to do.
Yeah. Why does back muscles look so complicated in other artwork? It's because you don't understand.
There's a bunch of bumps and...
There's a lot of bumps, too.
Yeah, like you'll see little bumps and stuff.
Yeah, like if I were to go in and start shading things and not showing you, like, specific areas of, like, the muscles and stuff, you would probably be more confused.
Yeah.
It's also a stylistic thing. Some people just like to show a lot more.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to do a whole lighting back
Oh,
study
no,
today,
I'm not. We're not. I'm just going to show, like...
These are, like, the main back muscles
Yeah.
that you would see.
Like, some people would go all, like, going
but,
like this.
each one of these muscles... Each one of these muscles, there would be... They wouldn't be just, like, this smooth rendered form all the time. Like,
Yeah.
And this is a very built guy.
This is, yeah.
Like, this is a
built.
very built male. So you would see, you know, different stuff. And there would be little bony protrusions, and you'd probably see some of the spine.
Yeah.
We bought a mattress. Next step, Colton's mentorship. Awesome.
Awesome. Anyways, if you want to talk about people in perspective, you can go ahead.
Yes. I'll talk about people in perspective. So, drawing a person in an environment. Great. Now I need to make sure I don't actually merge like last time. I don't do it all that often. These need to be merged. Should I shrink or should I
Should I
make
shrink
a
or
new
should
layer?
I merge? I don't know.
Merge. So, again, your chair is literally next to the ground.
Yeah, I'm short. And this is too tall.
There we go. That's crazy. I don't know how Christina sits so low. She's shorter than I am, and so her head is like floating above the desk like this high.
I'm not.
There we go. Approach to placing a figure in an environment or perspective grid of sorts. Yes. So basically, let's cover two different ways. The first one is, we'll say we have a ground plane, and let's just draw some really quick grid lines.
Gotta move that over a little bit just a bit.
And now let's draw a horizon line and a vanishing point. And let's just say we basically got the same thing right there. So here's a horizon line and a vanishing point. And here is just kind of a 3/4 little area that you could place a figure on. So when it comes to drawing a character in perspective on a perspective grid, I could even do a little third one right here where I just draw a quick little 2-point perspective shot.
An art class. Yay. Awesome. Are you new here?
So we'll just say, here's like a 2-point perspective, right? And this grid right here is essentially what this grid right here is. I just didn't draw the vanishing points and everything. So we got VP1, VP2, and then we've just got our vanishing point on 1-point perspective. So one of the most important things to understand about drawing in perspective with a grid with your horizon line is your horizon line is the height of your camera, always. If you are 6 feet off the ground and you take a photo, your horizon line will be 6 feet off the ground. So if this horizon line right here is 6 feet off the ground and there's a 6 foot tall person standing, their head is going to intersect the horizon line, just like this. All right? And if there's someone way back here, it's going to look like this. It's going to look like that. And if there's someone further away, they're going to look like that. So now no matter how far someone is away from you, if they are 6 feet tall and you are taking the picture at 6 feet, their head's going to intersect the horizon line. Their eyes are. If you are in an airplane and you are looking out the window, you're probably going to see this. You're at cloud level. So your horizon line is going to be at cloud level. All right? If you are on the ground and looking up at somebody and you're 4 inches off the ground or 8 centimeters off the ground, here's your vanishing point. It's going to look like this. There's going to be a person and you're going to see their feet. Like that, right? And then a person back here is going to look like this.
So basically just like drawing a perspective shapes but forming it like a body.
Huh?
I don't know what you mean by perspective shapes, but a lot of it would be like you would just use simple boxes to create a body.
Right? So you're 4 inches off the ground. You know, you're 33,000 feet. Right? Although you probably wouldn't get clouds that high.
Oh, really?
I think when a commercial airliner flies at 33,000 feet, it's usually above most of the clouds, but there's probably some pretty high clouds up there.
So specific.
I mean, if you draw this stuff, and you just pay attention out the window, I think you go through clouds and stuff, but that's usually towards when you're like landing and stuff. I don't know. Any aviation nerds in the chat? Are there poofy clouds like this at 33,000 feet? Doesn't seem like there would be. There'd be like really thin, wispy clouds or something probably. Maybe there's like big thunder clouds. I don't know. But anyways, that's one of the most important things you have to understand about this is when you place your grid down, you need to know how high your camera is off of the ground. All right? So if you've got a grid here, the first thing you go is, how high is my horizon line? Is it 2 feet? Well, if it's 2 feet, then my person's probably going to be right here. If it's 6 feet, then my person is going to be right here. If they're a 6 foot tall person, right? If it's 4 feet, then maybe my character's head is going to be right here. This is the first, and in my opinion, most important thing in drawing characters in perspective is you gotta know where you're taking the picture from, because it leads to all these issues if you don't, right? So if I move this person back in space, they'd go like this. And then they get smaller and smaller as they go back in space. And if I move them up, yeah, I know, that was crazy.
That's cute.
Right? I can move them forward and I can move this person out here. And then there'd be a new person here, right? And then there's the center of your figure. Here's your head, shoulders,
By the way, when Colton draws a circle like that, it's not a circle, it's a sphere.
Yeah, I'm not drawing a circle.
Circle's 2D, meaning flat. He's doing 3D, so
Yeah, I'm
sphere.
thinking of this in 3D.
And it's funny because even though there's also times where we start kind of like more like flatter shapes, we're still drawing those flat shapes in perspective. So like, you know, the Will Weston safety pin man. Safety pin. It looks flat, but it's actually a plane in perspective. It's just, you just extrude out the edges.
Yep.
Right now, you know, he's still putting a plane in perspective. It's not entirely flat, which I think is interesting.
Yeah. So if I move this person forward, they're right there. All right. And that would be if my horizon line is like 4 feet off the ground.
So this is perspective seen from above. I don't. If you're talking about this one, it's not seen from above. I don't think.
Like, you mean like this?
That one is seen.
You would figure out a scale reference. So like, for example, if I have a perspective seen from above, like if I'm looking down at something like this, I would establish scale. I'd establish my bottom vanishing point. So let's just say 3-point perspective. It's down below. And then I go, well, how tall is a person? Or is this 6 feet? So let's just say that's 6 feet. Now I know half figure, right? And I can just drag this measurement over and it would go back to this vanishing point down there like this. And so this line would follow that. And if I want to bring them forwards, I drag that forward. And I would probably simplify this as a cylinder. If I'm looking at a character from above, I'd probably just simplify their body as a cylinder. Like that.
I like that.
And I would start with that basically. Like I'm figuring out can you grab my Rubik's Cube under? I'm figuring out like what angle am I looking at this ground plane from. So it's like that, right? And these lines on the side, come on. These lines on the side, I'll do like this way, they go down to my third vanishing point down there. So I would just, like all of this is giving me my perspective information right here. Like this box right here. That box is my perspective, right? And if I want to bring someone down here, I just take like this measurement, come down with it, and I could just, you know, draw another person down there. You could take this person, pull them back. Like that. So I can pretty much move this person anywhere I want. And it would be accurate enough that I could use this as the rough sketch where I could start refining as I go. So all I really need is a scale reference, right? So when I'm looking straight and this is my vanishing point, the vanishing point tells me how high I am, right? So if I simply drag a line out and down to the ground, that line this is a 6 foot long line. Why? Because this is touching the ground and I'm 6 feet above the ground. So if I want to go 12 feet, I simply come up the same amount that I went down a little bit.
Well, it's kind of like you determine how high it is. A little bit longer. And
yeah.
Then you just got to make sure it's consistent.
12-foot wall. This is a 12-foot wall in the background. There. 12-foot wall. And if I want to make this the interior of a building, I just drag out lines like this.
I need to move that or zoom out.
Sure.
There we go.
Right? This wall is still 12 feet. And then I can drag this across and over here and up. So this is a 12-foot wall in the background. And I know that. Why do I know that? Because this 6-foot horizon line is halfway. Is in the middle.
Well, the horizon line is a measuring stick.
Yeah, your horizon line, yeah, it's literally a measuring stick. So when you can see the horizon line, it's a measuring stick. When you cannot see the horizon line, you just got to make your own measuring stick. And it's whatever you want it to be. I could say, okay, this is 6 feet. It's not, but I go,
well, in
okay.
the beginning, you would be like, oh, that's 6 feet. You establish.
So I go, pull this over, this line right here is a 6-foot measuring stick. Now everything goes with that line. So if I want to go 8 feet, I just go, okay, 2 more feet. So what do? 2, 4, 6. I divide it into thirds. 2 feet, 2 feet, 2 feet, and then I add an extra third. Oh, yeah, there is right. 8 feet. So if I want an 8-foot door behind this person, all I have to do is go...
That's so much easier.
There's an 8-foot door behind this person. And again, it's accurate enough. It's as accurate as you are. There you go. There's an 8-foot door. So if I have a measuring stick, which is my horizon line, then I just use the horizon line. But if I don't have the horizon line, I just make my own measuring stick.
I have such a big problem integrating gesture and construction together.
Huh? Integrating gesture and construction together? I would recommend Michael Hampton. He has a really good YouTube channel. I'll go back to the old layer and just turn this on. So, Michael Hampton. I didn't even click on the layer. I just turned it on. Can you give me Michael Hampton's book? I think it's right under that one.
Yep. Here it is.
He also has a book. It's called Figure Drawing Design and Invention. This is a really, really good book. It covers the exact problem you're talking about, which is gesture and construction, because that's actually a really common problem. A lot of people deal with that.
Well, gesture is also design, right?
So this is like gesture, right? Gesture is design, exactly. It's the flow of your figure. It's the overall what the figure is saying. And then there is the construction, which is like landmarks, perspective, volumes. And that goes on top of that. It goes on top of the...
nice drawing.
Yeah, these are pretty nice drawings. You know, he published this book a really long time ago.
Yeah.
But he has a YouTube channel, Michael Hampton. And he has a book. His YouTube channel is free. He talks about this stuff a lot. We also talk about this a bit on our YouTube channel, Draw Anime Academy. It's good. It's good. But a lot of this stuff he teaches for free on his YouTube channel, so you don't really have to buy the book. It's a good reference. Although, I mean, I have the book. I like it a lot.
I use this as reference a lot, too.
You know. And so, you know, figures in perspective, when I'm drawing them, I will go horizon line. Like, when I think horizon line, I don't just go... I go... How high am I off the ground? Right? Am I 12 feet off the ground? Okay. 12 feet. This is a 12-foot stick, and now I'm sticking to it. No pun intended. I divide it in half. 6-foot person. Come on. Right? Half. Thirds. Head. Upper body. Lower body. There's a 6-foot tall person underneath of my horizon line. There we go. There's a person in perspective. If I wanted to draw a person back here, I wouldn't need to pull this person back, although I could. I could just go 12 feet, 6 feet, 6-foot tall person.
By the way, if you are having trouble following, you can always go to our YouTube channel and go to this live, and you can always rewind. So I know that since we talk about a lot of different topics, we kind of have to talk about it kind of fast, and you can always rewind. Go to our YouTube channel, Draw Anime Academy, and it's there.
Just like that.
Hey, Tickle Monster.
So that's 12 feet. So if I wanted a 12-foot wall, that wall would be level with my eye. So if I want a 12-foot wall behind this person, I would just go like that. I can see the top of the wall. If I want a 6-foot wall, it would be half of... Well, I just choose wherever I want to connect it to the ground, right? It can be here. It can be here. It can be here. It doesn't matter. It can be here. Doesn't matter. All I'm doing is determining how close to me this is, right? A 6-foot person is going to be here. And I'm just drawing like really simple people. right? 6 foot person. I just divide this 12 feet in half and put my person in there. So there's people all over the place. And now another method, of course, is you can just drop down a vanishing point anywhere. And you can pull lines back to your vanishing point like this. This is how a lot of people do it. And then anywhere along this is 6 feet. How do I know? Because if I go up, that's half of it. That's half of it. That's half of it.
That's crazy. That's fun.
So I could add a person there anywhere I want. And I just established that 12 feet, right? This one right here, I was 4 inches off the ground. So I'm looking at 4 inches of people's feet. This one right here, I'm 6 feet off the ground. So all these people, if they're 6 feet tall, their heads intersect the horizon line. This is a 12-foot wall.
2 feet eye level next.
Yeah, that would be a worm's eye. And now you could look down. You'd basically use 3-point perspective. So I would do the exact same thing, except I would just flip this upside down, right? So, although this would be underneath of the ground. So let's just take all this and let's move some of it. So a what eye level?
2 feet.
A 2 feet eye level. That's kind of like a worm's eye.
Like almost ground level.
Yeah, that's pretty close to the ground. So I could switch to 3-point perspective. Sort of. I would say if I wanted a 2-foot eye level, I would just make a horizon line and I would go, it's 2 feet. Right? So how high is 2 feet off the ground? It's like, let's just say this is 2 feet. Go up, there's 4 feet. Go up, there's 6 feet. Just like that. I can divide this in half. Divide that in thirds. Here's a head. Let's just do this.
Yes, we are using Procreate. Do you have a really good animation application to recommend to me, but not like Flip Clips? I don't use animation stuff, but I heard that Procreate Dreams is good. I have yet to play with that though. I did download it. It seems pretty cool. Bye, Katsua. Speaking of which, we gotta got to bed early too today.
Do we?
That's what you said.
Yeah, I want to, but we don't have anything going on tomorrow. We just want to
Yeah, that's true.
fix our sleep schedule. So let's just say that's 2 feet. Maybe the bottom of the knee is 2 feet. I don't know exactly. It depends how tall this person is. But I just came down to the ground, and then I went, if I wanted to draw a 6 foot tall person, it'd just be 2 times 3. So there's 2 feet, there's 2 feet, there's 2 feet. There's a 6 foot tall person. And so if I wanted a person closer or further, it would be, there's 2 feet, there's 4 feet, there's 6 feet.
And you just decided like how big to make that one, right? Like how big was 2 feet?
Yeah, I just drew a line at random. It's just, you stick to it, right? This line could be this long. This line could be this long. It could be this long. It doesn't matter. It's whatever you choose. It's just once I decide that I draw a line and this touches my horizon line and this touches the ground, this doesn't have to touch the ground. This could be floating a foot above the ground, in which case that would be 1 feet and this would be 2 feet. So if I say this line touches the ground, it's 2 feet because it touches the horizon line. And my horizon line's 2 feet. So if I want to draw a character, there's 4 feet, there's 6 feet.
That's wild. Oh,
that's like,
ooh.
that's, you use your horizon line as a measuring stick.
That gives me like, I don't know, goosebumps or something. It gets me excited. That's really fun.
Yeah, I'm using the horizon line as a measuring stick. And if I can't see my horizon line, I create my own measuring stick. Whatever you want it to be. It's up to you. It's like a 3D modeling software, right? If you draw a box, if you make a box in Blender, or if you 3D model a box, the box is right here, right? This could be a 1 meter box. This could be a,
100 meters.
a 51 meter box. This could be a 10 meter box. And if I draw a box that's smaller next to it, well then now, if this is 10 meters, this one's probably like 2 meters. Or like 3 meters. And if I change this one to 100, there's no way this one could be 3 meters anymore. It'd probably be 30 meters. Right? And so if I draw a person on this, he's like that big.
That's wild.
So if you choose something, stick to it. Now, if this box is 1 meter, then this would be 0.3 of a meter. And then a person would be, you know,
how tall is a meter again?
3 feet
Okay.
or so, right? A person would look like this. There's his feet. And here's his upper body. There's a 1 meter block. So it's like once you choose something, you have to stick to it and follow it through.
That's right. A person is about almost 2 meters, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Generally.
you can like, I could go, oh, this person's 2 meters, but I could just go, well, now they're under 2 meters.
Yeah.
Right now they're over 2 meters. Now they're a kid. You know what I mean? So it's like, and then you can just basically memorize how tall is a kid, how tall is an adult, how tall is a superhero. And you just memorize these and you go, like, a Gene usually puts a person at 1.75, right? So what Gene does is he goes, here's 2 meters, or not 2 meter, yeah, 2 meters. These are each 1 meter. 1.75 meters. And then he uses that as the head height. A lot of people do this. I just did 2 meters because it was easier, because Chad's brains are going to pop.
If it's a little bit less than 2 meters.
There we go. There's a 1.75 meter person, which is more accurate.
But 2 meters is easier because you can divide things in half and stuff.
Yeah. I find this stuff super useful. Like, if you want to draw like Kim Jong-il, I can't draw like Kim Jong-il. But if you want to, he memorized this stuff like crazy. He memorized the sizes of all different kinds of things, and he practiced this nonstop all the time. All of his scenes, all of his drawings, he's just basically measuring things against each other. Like, he memorized the sizes of cars and trucks and guns and all kinds of stuff. Crazy loads of stuff. This is super important. I don't really see this stuff covered very well in a lot of perspective classes. Isn't it, Toby?
Look, Blueberry
never
Jersey.
see stuff.
What? Oh, that's so cute. Who's
Look,
this?
That's Blueberries.
Oh my gosh, Blueberry.
Put it in,
Put that in server fan art.
Yeah, you can crop it and just say, put in server fan art. That's so cute. I love it. Thank you. Actually, I'll just show it really quick because it's super cute. Actually, she did a bunch of other people's OCs as well. I love it when people do this.
Yeah.
It's like a little.
I love that.
Little callback.
Toby, good boy. Good boy.
Look at the little pink poppy.
Stinky little baby.
He has
Look at that.
one pink toe.
Silly little
He's so sweet.
Tobin.
Good boy. You want to go back to your bed? Are you sleepy?
Someone said they drew something earlier that had to do with something. I forgot though.
I watch you guys so much and I learn so much. I'm working on my manga. I love y'all so much. You guys are amazing people. Thank you very
Aw,
much.
thank you.
Really appreciate it.
That was in pets.
And hi, Cecil, Duff Pappy. Aaron Blaze has a bunch of Procreate Dreams content. That's awesome. Aaron Blaze came by our stream during Christmas and said hi. He's seems like a cool dude. I haven't really gone through any of his classes, but he's very, very good.
I think Roz was the one that said that Toby looks kind of like his cat.
Oh, that's fun.
It's like a long-haired version.
Yeah.
This might be what Toby might look like later on.
Maybe.
Well,
To
he's
draw on hands.
handsies. Oh, you could talk a little bit about that way that one person did with a gesture. Flow.
By the way, whoever asked about the perspective earlier, yeah, you can absolutely post it on server fan art. Any fan art that involves our characters of any kind, you can
Yeah,
post
you
in
can
there.
just crop it to where it's just our characters and post it there.
If you, lethargic, I didn't see that. If you have to choose the most important to beginner course you have, what would you recommend? Definitely our anime art school.
Anime art school. We made it for beginners.
Oh, that's fun. I am French by birth and use Google Translate to speak to you, and frankly, I am happy to be able to chat with you and ask questions.
Aww,
Oh, that's awesome.
that's
I really
so
like that.
sweet.
Yeah, so whoever asked about that, Art Boy, did that answer your question if you're still here?
I think we need a little, give Chad a bit of a kitty fix.
I think I need to give myself a little bit of an Alani fix, bro.
Alani fix? Do you want me to make you it? I don't care.
Sure. That would be fantastic.
Fantastic.
Toby! Oh, you're so precious.
What kind of flavor do you want? Do you want me to
Maybe the peach one that's in there. Awesome. Yeah, this is super awesome. I really like perspective. I think it's really cool. One thing that a lot of people don't know is that 2-point perspective. So if you have 1-point perspective, right? It looks like this. Right? And you have one vanishing point. And then say if you had a box, it would just look like this. Right? So there's like a 1-point perspective box. Well, this is your z-axis. Z is the dimension that goes away from you. If you have 2-point perspective, all you're doing is you're including the x-axis as well. So here is x-axis. So z and x. And then if you want to draw a 2-point perspective box, it's literally just like looking over to the left or right a little bit. So a 2-point perspective box looks like this, right? But what a lot of people don't know is that, so literally this is in front of me and this is to my right. And so if I want to make a grid that shows in front of me and to my right and to my left, all I have to do is pull out the horizon line equally far away like that. And I'll actually have another x-axis over here, or an x vanishing point. And so 2-point perspective times 2 would look like this. And then you'd have 2-point perspective. You'd have 2-point perspective over here. And if you tack on another 2 onto the top and to the bottom, so let's just like redraw that. Okay, so here we go. There's my Z. Here's an X. Here's an X. And if I tack on another one onto the bottom.
Here's your peach, Alani.
And onto the top. Like this. So I basically make this plus sign. Now, 2-point perspective, instead of making these lines straight, what I can do is I can actually curve it around and touch the other 2-point perspective with it. Curve it around and touch the other 2. This would be Y, this would be looking up, and this would be looking down. So here's X, Z is in the middle, Y is up, Y is down. And let's just pull that. Looks like this crazy Illuminati symbol. And I'll just draw a circle encapsulating all of this. Right? Circle around that, circle around that. I just drew a 5-point perspective fisheye lens. And so if I draw more grid lines in here, this is actually what you would do to make a grid for 5-point perspective. Like that.
Oh, here's your Alani, by the way.
So this is how you would draw on a fisheye lens. And then let's pull out our Z, 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 Z. Let's pull a couple more of those out.
I gave Toby an ice cube and he started licking it.
Did you? An ice cube?
An ice cube. Like a small ice cube.
There you go. And so then all you really have to do is just follow these perspective lines, right? So if I want to draw a box here, I'm just following these lines like that. I could draw another box up here. So that's actually how you draw in a fisheye camera lens. And it's literally that. It's 1-point perspective in the middle, 2-point perspective when you have Z and X. 3-point perspective would be up here, would be like Z, X, and Y. And then 5-point perspective is where you see all of them at the same time. And so there is a fisheye. So again, if But the same thing holds true, right? If I have a line here and this is 6 feet, then I could draw a person inside of that, right? Except I would be looking down at their feet because it's down here. So I'd probably see the tops of their feet.
Thank you for the follows, Nightwing, Moe, and Alexander. Thank you for the follow. And Cal, thank you for the follow.
Really interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we can go back to what we were talking about earlier. This stuff. How do you draw a hand close to the fisheye camera? You would simplify it into boxes. Hands get extreme foreshortening, so it would look kind of like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It would look basically like that. So you get
Our
these.
faces are blurred.
Yeah.
That's weird.
You'd simplify it as a box. So like you'd essentially get these overlapping boxes, like this. But like, that's like saying, how would you star in the movie Top Gun and shoot down 4 enemy fighter jets at the same time? Like, there's a lot that goes into it. It's a very, very complicated process. It requires a lot of training, a lot of background knowledge.
There's no.
It requires like pretty much like a mastery of perspective, a lot of visual library, and understanding on how to draw hands, and understanding of design and overlaps and posing. So like, there's people that could do it, but it's a very, very complicated.
I wish we could talk. I wish there was a way for us to explain it without going through like a bunch of background information first.
Yeah.
Because it's a hard thing to do. It's like, yeah, the reason why drawing hands in fisheye is hard is because it requires a lot of background knowledge. So, it's a hard question and a hard answer.
Yeah, like your fingers would come to you. I'm not very good at drawing hands in fisheye. It's like
Me
one of the
neither.
hardest
It's one of
things
the
you could
hardest
possibly draw.
Yeah.
But essentially, your boxes would come towards you like that. So like you'd start with simple boxes, and it would look, somewhere around the lines of that, and you'd maybe have let's see, let's put our thumb on that side.
Oh, those are fingers.
Yeah, so like your fingers would come towards you like this.
Toby?
Who was that, Toby?
Yeah, that was Toby.
Right, and then you'd have your fingers coming like that.
And it's gonna look weird. It's going
like
to
that.
feel unnatural.
Yeah, and it ends up feeling very, very unnatural, but most people would simplify it into boxes that come towards you. But you don't see the world in a fisheye lens, so it tends to look really, really weird. Like that. That sort of stuff. But I hate this drawing. It's more like a demonstration purposes. If I wanted to draw hands in a fisheye lens, I would probably spend a couple of weeks practicing hands a lot, figuring out the simplified forms of a hand. And then it would have to be combined with my knowledge of drawing in fisheye lenses in perspective. Your foreshortening is super fast, so things get small very quickly.
Lau says, I join and your hand is on my face.
Oh my goodness.
I like it. I really like you explaining this stuff. It's really
What?
insightful. I need to do more perspective practice lately. I haven't done a lot.
Bro, it's so hot in here.
It is on.
Is it even cooling?
Yeah, it's on
Can
cooling.
you point it in here?
Sure.
I don't
Let
feel
me
it at
know
all.
Let me know when you.
Where's that Alani? Ooh, yummy! Is this the you-know-what ice? Oh my gosh, it is. Guys, the fridge makes our ice cubes so weird. Oh, I dripped all over the iPad.
Do you feel it?
Not really. Kind of. Yeah, I guess a little bit now.
Oops.
I dripped on the iPad.
How dare you? Lick it off.
How dare you tell me to do that? Lick it off. Lick it off of my foot.
Applejack. Oh, you know your name? Yeah?
What I would do for an Alani right now, for real. And I would never start with this perspective. Like, you would want to have a high proficiency. What? Oh, I don't care about the desk. I just wanted it off the iPad. Oh, I could have just used this, bro. Rainbow paper towel. There. Yeah, you'd never, ever start with this. You would do tons of 1, 2, and 3 point. Fisheye lenses are just too difficult if you don't have a proficiency at perspective.
Uh-oh.
What?
Applejack?
What's he doing? Is he just chilling?
Yeah, well, he's just laying by the computer.
He's a little sneak.
He's a little sneak. He knows.
Yeah, but like when I'm drawing really simple people in perspective, this is so stupid. There we go. I'll just simplify the body into like a little cone on top of another cone, almost like a lamp.
Yeah.
And then I'll put a little head on it. Almost like a person in a robe.
Yeah, priest robe.
Yeah, and then I just do that. That's like enough to show that form to me. And if I put people over here, I'd just go, yeah, like a little person in a robe. Right?
With little bullet feet.
Yeah, little bullet feet, little pointy feet. I do like drawing them like that, and I think it really shows it well when drawing from above. But yeah, how long have we been live? An hour and 46 minutes?
Yeah.
Heck's my phone? Oh, there. You want to trade again?
Sure. I don't really know what else we're going to talk about. How do you draw feet and shoes?
We actually talked a bit about that last stream.
Not really as much, though. I would say
Where was it?
The previous stream. Oh, well, actually, it was deleted.
Oh, yeah, it was
One
deleted,
favorite.
but it's still on YouTube.
Yeah.
We talked about shoes and feet a lot of times.
Yeah.
Or some of them.
Hi, Toby.
So, here's one from a stream a while back. Bunch of feet and shoes, and here's a bunch of shoes that I did and feet from different directions. I would say if you're interested in this, are you going to cover this today? Or we just covered it yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
I'd say go to the YouTube channel, our YouTube channel, and look at our past live streams.
Look at what Toby's doing to Applejack.
Is he licking him? Take him away then. Oh my gosh. Toby is licking
No.
Applejack's booty. And now he's like, no, no. Toby is so greedy. He's looking for food even there. That's wild. Toby, you are... I can't believe this. Let's get a closer look at Toby. Oh my gosh, the little goblin.
He's acting like a goblin, right?
Look at him, bro. He's going to town on that.
What are you doing?
Toby.
He got some muscles right there. Huh. Yeah, we can do some hands. I might as well do it. Toby. He's so funny.
He is wound up, bro. That's fun.
At least he can entertain himself. All right, we'll switch over and I'll talk about some hands.
Yeah. Bro, I would keep your chair up more like that.
All right.
It's so much better.
Well, I'll see. Because sometimes I feel like if I'm at this height, I feel like my head's gonna pop
Wait.
way further.
Dude, this camera is so...
I think this camera accidentally moved when we switched places.
What?
Not because of you, but I think it's
No,
because
I
the
think it's
bumping
just-
the table.
Yeah, I think what happened was... Oh, come on. This camera's all messed up from the other day. I never even got
sorry.
it fixed. It, like,
I feel bad. I
smashed
did
it.
smash it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna put my sketchbook over here, and then I bumped it.
There we go. That's better. Still not really that good. It's not focused, or I guess it is focused on the iPad.
So,
Toby, you little goblin.
hands. Let's make this a bit smaller. Maybe we'll extend the canvas real quick. Whoops, not there. Canvas, carbon, resize. We'll teach it on this side. How about that?
I don't think you... Wait, where did Applejack go? Did he jump down?
No. Well, yeah. I think he did jump down.
He's not back there, is he? No.
So hands is all about understanding the proportion. I'm gonna assume that people don't know the proportions of the hands because I always cover proportions of hands first. That's just always easiest. So you can just take a line, divide it in half. Here's your palm, and the rest are your fingers. That's as simple as that. Your middle finger and your palm is about the same length. And then if you want to draw the rest of the hand, your thumb is an additional triangular piece. So if you drew like the palm without the thumb, it will look more like a thinner rectangular shape. But then when you add your thumb into the mix, it adds like an extra triangle. Kind of like this. And then your fingers, if you're gonna go for more of like a flatter vibe, I like to simplify them like little sticks or like little French fries, where they're a little bit flat on the top and they gradually get thicker towards the bottom. So the thing about fingers is that there's kind of a bit of webbing as well. So he's going to the
Toby,
back.
no, don't you go back there.
So your fingers.
Applejack's behind there. Get out of there.
Really? He's behind there?
Here, how
So
do I do this?
Your fingers aren't like this.
I do
where
not
they're
want
not-
them playing back there.
I know.
Get out of there. Get down. Down.
Oh, we got him out.
Two kitties were playing behind the computer. If we suddenly disappeared, we would know that the kitties have shut down the computer.
Yeah, so a lot of people draw hands like this, and this looks weird because everything's straight. There's actually no curvature. If you look at your own hands, there's actually, and you look at your knuckles, there's a gradual downward curve. It's not all at the same level. So really try to understand that your palm and your finger grouping is going downward like this, and therefore that will actually make the area thinner. So you got your middle finger, you got your index finger, ring finger, pinky finger. And all you have to do is just make sure that your middle finger and your palm are roughly the same length. And yeah, you got it. Your palm also gets a bit more narrow towards the wrist. And then here's your thumb area. Your thumb is like a little olive on a stick. So this is how I like to simplify it. I like to simplify it by adding this little triangular piece. Right in here, this is where your joint and where it starts going to the thumb pad. There's like a little stick, which is your bone, and then right after that, there's a little olive, or a little nub that looks like that. That's your thumb. So then what you can do to draw these in different poses is you can simplify them into simple planes. So you can do a little exercise where you're just drawing planes going in and out of perspective. You know, you can kind of angle them over a little bit, raise them up, and you can essentially just turn these into the palm and the fingers. So like here, for example, you're still drawing in perspective, they're just flatter. This is a great way to simplify the poses without really thinking too much about it. And then I've been liking to curve my fingers a lot more because that actually adds extra gesture rather than making them straight. And sometimes, you know, you don't really want to draw all the little joints, so sometimes I just like to go like, okay, here's the finger bending. And then if it's really bent, like curling in, then I'll draw it bending like this. This is just more of like a simple stylization of gesture.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll like to bend these a little bit. And only when I really need to, I'll actually bend the fingers. And a lot of the time, your fingers and your hands will have a natural flow. So like if your hand is posed like this, my fingers are going arched like this. Here's one kind of straighter curve. Here's an arch. So if I were to draw this pose really simply, here's a swoop. Let me just
You know,
draw a
Will
little
Weston
bit.
has another Mad Science starting in like October.
Really? Ooh, that
Yeah.
sounds really tempting. So here's my plane. Here's the thumb pad area, which is more like a triangle. So we got the base. And then my fingers will have
Toby
this
really
kinda
bites
slight curve.
Applejack, doesn't he?
He does.
Applejack's always like, ah! He's such a brat.
He does. When do we get head pats? At 25k likes.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've heard that.
Yeah. So here we automatically see that there's a natural curve happening in the joints. So here's the index finger. Here's the middle finger. Whoops, this is a really bad drawing, but you get the point. Here's the middle finger, which is a little bit higher, and then here's the ring finger. So this is all grouped into one single gesture, and then you have your pinky, which extends it, and also there's an additional added curve. So the hand goes like this.
So it's like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. Like,
I don't think
hand
you
like
can bend
that.
your hand.
Yours is drawn like that though. Yours is drawn where all these are straight. And
Yeah,
the
you're
pinky's
right.
like way back and bent.
Yeah, it is back in there. It's because I'm simplifying it a lot.
Like this.
Yeah, like that.
Weird pose. Whoa.
Whoa. And underneath, so the palms underneath, there's only 3 pads. So there's your top pad. Okay, you know what? Let me just draw this thing right here. Here's your palm shape, right? Where it's a little bit higher towards the middle finger. You can see that right in here. Here's the highest point in your middle finger, and then everything starts drooping down. Here's your palm, the top part of your palm. Here's the the bottom side, which is around where your pinky is, and this actually kind of looks like a very squashed foot. If you look at your own foot, you'll see that there's actually a similar pattern. Looks like this, but it's way longer. And then you got your thumb pad, which is in the middle. Just kind of the pinky area and the thumb pad kind of intersect towards the center. And that's what it looks like. And your hands work in mysterious ways because you can crunch your hands inward, and sometimes it doesn't look very natural, and then your fingers bend. So that's why it's really challenging. I still need to draw more poses that include the bending of the palm, but you can actually start folding it, kind of like a little bean, like this. Like you just fold it like that. Here's a top part of your fingers, which is where the fingers are held. Your fingers can be simplified to boxes as well, like really small really narrow boxes. It's really hard to draw in this angle, unfortunately. But there you would be able to see kind of like that bend and squish.
Little sneaky Toby.
It's a
Sneaking
really
around.
bad pose, but you get the point. A lot of the time, the reason why hands don't look good is because the pose isn't good, and the design of the pose isn't good. So that's why it's like really hard to do poses like this, because it's just a really hard thing to make look aesthetic. You would have to like finesse it a little bit. Ew, this is gross. I need to do like extended studies on hands, like how they bend like this. So this is what it looks like straight up in the side view. And this is what it looks like. This whole thing moves down. And then the fingers follow that.
Y'all murdered baby chat. What?
What? No, we didn't.
No,
We just forgot about it. We
didn't.
just neglected.
They did.
Oh.
You guys are crazy. Y'all murdered a baby?
That's horrible.
I can't believe you guys.
They were deprived.
Chat's vicious. I don't even know. What is that?
That's supposed to be a hand going like this, but it's really hard to draw.
25K?
See, I can't
We
draw
got
it very
25K.
well. 25K? Awesome.
I did not participate in this crime. We need to remove everybody who participated in the murder of baby chat. Great work on 25,000 likes on TikTok. You did that when TikTok was supposed to be banned. Did we have a funeral for baby chat? I don't think we did. I think we just had like a sad stream.
We just gave baby chat head pats for the last time, but then it ended up not happening.
I don't think we killed baby
I don't think
chat.
we never killed him. We never gave him a funeral. I should say.
Felt like a funeral. It was like a TikTok funeral.
More of a TikTok funeral.
Back, when the heck was it supposed to be on? January 19th.
I think, that was in January.
Yeah, back in January when TikTok was supposed to be banned in the States for the first time, we had like a whole long, sad stream with sad music and everything. Fox, are you still here? Do you remember that? Lau, were you there? I don't know if Lau was
I
there.
don't think Lau was there. Maybe they were.
Snaz? Where the heck is Snaz? That was back in January? Yeah, like towards the end of it.
Ew, this hand's gross. See, when it starts bending, this is where like my hands start to fall apart. But that's okay. 'Cause we gotta learn somewhere, right? We gotta learn somehow.
We have a pretty good TikTok on hands if you need it.
Yeah, I know. But it's not covering poses like this, unfortunately. It's not bad. It's just I gotta establish the perspective better. Alright, well, that's my sad attempt. That's okay. I gotta do more practice.
I joined the server in early February. Okay.
I need to practice more on like not caring if my drawings turn out bad in public, you know? Because like sometimes I'll be like, oh, what if I teach this and my drawing doesn't look good? I'm like, well, screw that. I don't care. As long as I tried my best.
Oh my gosh, bro. This is the cutest kind of cat I've ever seen.
Wait. Looks like a June cat.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
What's that called? Cod?
I don't know. It looks like a chibi, like a
Yeah, it kind of does.
like a pouty chibi.
Oh, this is a pretty sick
Thank
TikTok.
you, Joe, for the follow.
Your month, your underrated feline.
Underrated felines, huh? What's September?
Oh, what the heck? Jaguarundi? Oh, that's cute.
That's September? Oh no. Oh, that is cute.
Clouded leopard? Oh, that's kind of neat.
Hi,
Serval.
Toby. Welcome back.
Rusty spotted cat. Flat-headed cat. September black-footed cat. Oh, he's kind of cute.
Oh, it looks like Toby.
Poppy's got a little black foot. It's so
She
cute.
does.
Jungle cat. African wild cat. Sand cat. Bro. Look at bro.
Why are all these cats have like really like these kind of squished faces?
I
Talk a
don't
little bit
know.
about front torso muscles. Sure, we can do that.
There's us.
Yep, there is us. Torso. I'll cover kind of quick though. So I'm assuming that you already know how to draw like kind of your basic structure of the torso. We cover this a lot, but we'll skip a bit. So here's your basic structure. Got your rib cage, got your pelvis, boxes. So if you want to draw the torso, here is your neck muscles, which is a sternocleidomastoid. Your traps, which is also part of your back muscles that we talked about earlier, right in here. That's where your traps are. And that shows up in the front too. Here's a clavicle. Your deltoid wraps around the clavicle and appears on the back, but it just looks like this from the front. Here's your pecs, and that ends before the opening of the rib cage, and that is separated by the sternum.
Absolute cinema. For real though, chat. I don't know if anybody here does. If anybody plays Battlefield 6 or is gonna play Battlefield 6 after it comes out, I would totally play with you. Because I'm probably gonna play it at some point.
Oops, can't see that. Then you got your abs. So here's your pelvis. Your abs goes from the bottom of your pecs and to the bottom of your pubic bone. That's where it is. And I don't think I'll talk. Well, you got your serratus interior, which is your rib cage muscles, and then your lats in the back, which kind of give it a little bit of bulk. And then you got your
Did we
obliques on the
just cover
side.
front
No,
muscles?
we covered back muscles.
No, I mean another day.
Yeah,
An anatomy stream
let me
recently.
see. We did.
Yeah, if you want more in
Anatomy
depth
stream
on this,
here,
we
but that was
just did an anatomy stream like the other week.
A few weeks ago, I think, actually.
You kidding me? It had to have been like 6 streams ago. No, I thought there was another one. There was one with legs.
That was the one with legs.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, so it's
Yeah, that was pretty recent.
That was pretty recent.
You'll see the torso muscles, the leg muscles, all of that. Mm-hmm. And it'll get color coded and everything.
yeah. I'm not gonna color code this one though.
It's I can find it really quick. I can figure out when it was.
I would say I
Live.
cover it way slower than this one right here. So if you really want to go and check out,
It was how to draw anatomy on 7/9/2025. There was one.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was just the other week.
It feel like the other week because time flies.
And there was another one, live stream and drawing hangout 7/3/2025. That one has a bunch of anatomy like side muscles and obliques and serratus anterior and all that kind of stuff.
Thank you for the follow, Silly Cookie, Lil Anna, Pineapple, and Sajo. I can't pronounce it. Oh, I thought I felt a kitty. That was your leg. Well, I don't know. Do you want to wrap up soon?
Yeah. Sure. We've actually been sculpting the male head model. And I'll go
Yes.
take a quick video of it. Is it on your computer?
Yes, it is on my computer.
Is your computer off?
No, it's probably asleep though.
It is asleep.
Just press the power button.
Bro, this green screen. So big.
We actually just did head pats earlier, Namera. But thank you for reminding us.
I mean, what is going on?
What?
You have to press the power button.
Yeah?
I just have to move my mouse a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is your Cintiq off?
No, it's not off.
Bro, your whole computer like went completely.
Do you guys draw backgrounds? Colton does. Colton's the background artist. I'm more the character artist, but I've been trying to learn more on backgrounds. I need to do more practice on it, though. Actually, you know what? Maybe in the meantime, I'll do a little bit of practice. I don't exactly know what to practice, though. Maybe I'll do...
Applejack! You gonna ram the cable out of the wall again? Silly little butt.
Do you think tracing is okay to learn how to draw?
It's not gonna help
It's
you
not,
get better.
not really. Yeah, I'll just say simple answer no. I mean, it's not okay. It is technically okay if you never show anybody, and you don't say like, hey, I traced this to learn. If you're doing to learn and it's on your own time and whatever, you won't ever show anybody. I don't care what you do, but it's not necessarily the most helpful thing.
Morally, I don't care.
Yeah, morally,
like,
I don't
if you're not stealing anybody's art, who cares? Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Practice-wise, I have never seen a tracing assignment that is anywhere near as effective as an assignment where you don't trace.
Mm-hmm.
I would never assign tracing assignments to students because it would just cause them to not improve as fast.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different ways that you can study things. Like, you can learn proportional measuring. You know, artists go like this, go like that.
Well, they would find the width, the thickest part of something, and they would use that as like the height. Like, for instance, if I were to measure this, I'd be like, oh, height, the width of this, or the height, whichever one is easier, and you'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, how much is
And you
this?
go like, all right, so stay the same distance away, and let's just do that. All right, and then this is, say, probably about 1 length plus an extra, say 40. See, like, this is like 2/3 of that, right? Like a little bit around 2/3 of that.
Yeah.
So it's like, 1/3. I'm having an
Yeah.
argument because some people thought tracing was okay to teach them to draw.
I wouldn't even bother going
I-
to those arguments.
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
kind of a useless argument to do. They can do what they want, but I've never seen an effective tracing assignment. It's kind of the age old thing. And I'm not even talking about like I'm talking about like tracing to learn, not tracing to try and impress people by stealing others' art.
Yeah.
I'm talking strictly from an educational standpoint. I have never seen any effective tracing education. I've never seen somebody improve more than they would have by not tracing by tracing. And if I see people improve a lot from tracing in a strategic way, I would absolutely give it as an assignment, but I've never seen it. And I've never had any teachers at any level who assigned tracing assignments to help their students improve.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the reason is because, like, there's really, really, really famous assignments like master studies, but they never trace them.
No.
Because you don't learn
They would reverse engineer it.
You don't learn stuff from tracing. You would go, why are they using these shapes? Why are they using those shapes? Why are they using those colors? And by studying something, by observing it, and then recreating it on your own, you have to break down what shapes they used. Why did they use those shapes? What's the composition? By tracing, you're not actually
Thinking.
learning any of those shapes. You're just going over, going over them. Closest my art professor did to tracing assignment was the method that's used by muralists. Yeah, like a lot of people will trace for murals on a wall. Like they'll draw a picture and then they'll project it on the wall and then
Yeah.
they'll trace it.
Well, like, but that's
they're
their
not,
art, you know.
But they're not doing it to learn. They're doing it to do like a commission of a mural. And now if he was teaching people how muralists do that, then I can understand that.
Yeah.
He's literally teaching people how to trace to make murals.
Yeah.
Which is totally legit. But it's not, it doesn't get you better at art.
It's just a way to transfer a drawing.
Yeah,
Like, in the end, you still have to learn how to draw.
Yeah. Like painters, a lot of the time, even really famous old school masters would transfer a small painting onto a larger canvas and they would trace it. But they're not doing it to learn. And like, say, they would draw a composition at a small scale and then they would transfer it and trace it onto a large canvas to oil paint. But they're not trying to learn. They're just transferring a drawing.
Does marking out the shapes on a reference count as tracing?
Not necessarily. I think that can be useful as a tool. Like, for example, like, I would say along the same lines as, like, the color picking question, which is like, oh, should I pick colors with the eyedropper from my reference, or should I pick them myself? I think a really good assignment is you pick them yourself, and then you color pick from the reference to see how close you were. You go, I wasn't warm enough, or, oh, that's actually a more saturated color than I thought it was. But you would never color pick from your reference and use that color on your drawing. You would simply see how accurate you are. And another one is I learned from my good friend who was a character artist at Blizzard. He would say you can draw from a reference and then superimpose it over the reference to see how accurate you were. And you can do that, say, 50 times and go, man, I always make the head too big. Or,
Yeah.
man, I always make the torso too long. I think that's a really good method. Hey, shh,
Hey.
you get down. You're not allowed to do that. Scratching at our blinds like that. All right, you want the window open? I mean, he's just gonna scratch.
Yeah.
You little rascal. Oh, so happy now. You get to see out of the brick wall.
A brick wall.
No, I think marking out shapes on a reference can be great. Like, you can go, oh, the artist used a triangle here and a square there.
Yeah, it's more like if it's helping you to see shapes better or see form better or reduce confusion, then by all means, that's totally fine to do.
Yeah. You mean like a grid method? Where you put squares over it? Yeah, that you can use like a grid
Yeah.
method. And that's used a lot in fine art, right? Like if you're drawing a landscape, like a lot of people do the grid method. That wouldn't be considered tracing.
No.
But also there's
Hey.
there's absolutely nothing morally wrong with tracing something you have the rights to.
Yeah.
Like you can do whatever you want. You big 14.95 pounder.
The big cat of the day. Hi, little choco beans.
You are a
Choco
little
beans.
you're a little sneak. Look at this
Little
guilty
sneak.
boy.
That's how he breathes.
Hey, little Darth Vader. My little Darth Vader. Yeah.
He is the cutest. Look at him. He's the guiltiest little boy in the world. He's missing a tooth. Look. Rip.
Other side.
Yippee!
He is cute. You are cute. Look at those little cheeks. His cheeks are the cutest, honestly.
Look at his little espresso bean toes.
Espresso bean pausies.
Yeah, they're so cute. All right, let's take you out of here. Oh, you're huge. You're a giant. You're a behemoth. Wait. It's caught. Can you please get that? Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's
Worst
a
part.
big cutie. Big back cutie.
The worst part is I keep forgetting from the tutorial of hands every time, so can you help? Watch it again and keep doing it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't really explain a better simple way. A lot of the time, you just have to rewatch a tutorial and redraw it with that tutorial, like, and just keep it as a reference, and you just gotta keep doing
Look
it.
how
multiple
handsome
times.
he is.
Wow, baby, you're so handsome. Look at him. He's like a mountain lion. Oh my gosh, he's so handsome.
Look at him. He's been mewing.
Uh-huh.
Have you been doing your mewing?
Oh, Toby, what are you
His
doing
little
now?
eyes. He's posing for us. Yeah, his whole existence is posing. Now what's he doing? Hey, shh, Toby.
Toby, no.
No, not the green screen. One. I startled him. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh." He was just literally living in the moment.
Yep.
Kitty! Yeah, grid drawing's been used for a long time. Yeah, of course, you can't do it when you're drawing from imagination.
Yeah.
Did that get moved again?
I don't know if it got moved again.
I think the iPad got bumped maybe when Applejack was on it.
Oh, it's possible.
Grid drawing's legit. Like, I've never been interested in drawing from observation. I've only done it for like educational and study purposes. I've always been exclusively interested in drawing from imagination. Like,
Yeah.
that's pretty much all I'm interested in. I want to be able to draw my own characters. And anytime I draw from reference is for study purposes, just because I don't really enjoy drawing from references or doing studies that much. But tracing robs you of the practice you would get with growing your ability to see and understand shapes. I don't have anything against it. It's just I'd never assign it to a student.
Yeah.
And until I see some really, really good data suggesting that it would be more helpful than not tracing, I would never assign it. But I certainly wouldn't get in an argument.
I would be like, if an argument starts happening, I'd be like, okay, I'm out.
Like,
Bye.
I just don't care enough.
I don't
Like,
care.
I'm more interested in teaching people who really want to
Yeah.
improve and grow. And the last thing that would convince someone to change their methods is by arguing. But I just don't really have the energy to do it.
Is that ice cream truck?
Y'all hear that?
I want ice cream. We have ice cream at home.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of his stuff.
Why is there a Christmas song playing?
I don't know. I don't know what the mewing song is. Troublesome Kitties? Yeah. I need to work on my 1,000 heads.
You do.
You know, I was recording some lessons yesterday, and it was fun. I had a good time. Noton, 2 value, 3 value. It was like a little still life. Where was it? I sent it to you, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did.
Just some little lessons. Little Noton. That sucks. It doesn't focus. There it goes. Noton, 3 values, 5 values. This is how you would start like an oil painting or something generally. Or I should say a lot of people would start their oil paintings or traditional paintings this way, where they would start with the graphical 2-dimensional read. They would increase to 3 values, and then they would add a couple extra values for their darks. You can't really see it that well. The exposure on the camera is terrible. But this is for some of the lessons that I'm recording.
That'll make a good post. I had to put the paintings I was doing today up so my cats can't get into the wet paint. Oh yeah. We put ours in the garage, so it dries. They'll never go into the garage.
Oh, I only put it in the garage because I don't want the cat stepping on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did put the beanie. That's great. Or I just place them horizontally or vertically. I've literally been debating the whole stream whether or not to buy Anime Art School right now. Well, it is on sale.
It is on sale.
It is on sale. And, you know, it's fresh, it's ripe, it's ready for the picking.
Mm-hmm.
But weren't you considering taking a mentorship?
Yeah. Actually, we can just explain to you what we do for a mentorship right now if you want.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to take a mentorship with either Christina or I, we'd basically review your current work. We'd ask you what you want to get better at. And if you say, oh, I want to get better at characters, or oh, I want to get better at painting, or oh, I want to get better at just fundamentals or foundation, you know, we would review your current work and basically go, okay, well, these are your strengths. These are what you need to work more on. Let's build a structure out of how to improve that. And then we'd give you homework assignments every week to work on that. And then every time you came to the mentorship, you would get a critique on the work, get it painted over. You can take a mentorship with either Christina or I. You could take a mentorship with both of us. You could do 4 weeks with her, 4 weeks with me. Mm-hmm. We've had students do that before. You could take all 8 weeks with her or all 8 weeks with me. It doesn't matter. And yeah, I've mentored a lot more students, but Christina's mentorships are good as well.
She was also asking, like, what are our strengths for, like, mentorships? I would say my strengths for mentorships is I would teach you a lot on anatomy and character stuff.
Anatomy and characters.
Character stuff, clothing. Colton is, I would say, more well-rounded. You know, he can teach anatomy and he can teach clothing stuff pretty good, as well as backgrounds, I would say.
Yeah,
he's good.
With me, I probably taught, I don't know, maybe 30 to 50 students one-on-one since I started doing mentorships in 2000 and, I don't remember, 20. And that's just one-on-one. I've taught a lot of students, like, in live classes and stuff, too. But I generally help people build portfolios to get accepted as students at colleges or to get work as professionals. I really help people build, like, a well-rounded portfolio. Generally, my mentorship was always geared towards people who are like, I want to build something that's polished and get better and, you know, raise up weak spots. So I have a lot of experience with art directing. Mm-hmm. If you're wanting to work on a project, if you're wanting to flesh out a story, design things, if you're working on, like, your own comic or whatever, it would be good for that.
Chris can ask, how much per 4 weeks?
I really debate. We have really been debating doing 4-week mentorships. Right now, it's $600 for 4 weeks. And it's $1,100 for 8 weeks. However, I don't know if 4 weeks is always going to be something that we have available because it's just so little time to actually get into anything during a mentorship. You only really get a critique 3 weeks, and 3 weeks is such a short time. 8 weeks is short, and 4 weeks is half of
shorter.
that. It's so difficult to get anything done in just 4 weeks. It's like you just get the ball rolling and it's already over. It's like the ball just gets rolling on the last week.
That's why we really recommend, like, 8 weeks.
A lot of the students that I mentor take 2 8-week sessions. Like, I would say the majority, they sign up for 8 weeks, and by, like, week 3, they're just like, oh my gosh, like, there is going to be so much to learn and do. Are you going to be available after this week, after this 8 weeks is over? And most of them turn into 16 weeks just because you can't get hardly anything done. Like, you meet up 1 week and you have 7 days to draw stuff. And it's like you got work, you got life, you got all this stuff going on, and they come back, hey, no, you sneaky. You're not going down there.
He's such a
You're
silly.
all wound up. Ow. Big back. Messing up with me.
Ugh.
So I have a really hard time opening 4-week mentorships because I just don't feel like 4 weeks is enough time to really deliver a lot of value. Like, I'm okay opening like individual sessions where I just critique people's work,
Yes.
like current work, and help get them on their way. But 4 weeks, it's like, it's this weird amount of time where it's too much time to critique your current portfolio and it's not enough time to get started on anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all ever had students that already knew the fundamentals? Yeah, I've taught a lot of people who were building portfolios to get hired. But I would say most students, it's fundamentals because there's nothing other than fundamentals. Like, if you don't need fundamentals, then you're already a pro, because even pros are still studying the fundamentals.
I am.
There's nothing other than fundamentals. So like, I would say anybody who doesn't need fundamentals is a master and are world renowned. It's like a Craig Mullins or like a Kim Jung-gi.
Yeah.
You know, it's like everybody else still learning. And I'm certainly not good enough. I'm not at the level where high level professionals would take mentorships from me. Someday I'd like to get to that level. But I mean, you'd have really high level professionals that would take mentorships from like very famous artists. Like Robert Lemler, for example.
Oh yeah.
He would take classes with like really, really, really famous oil painters or really high level oil painters to learn from them. And you know, Robert Lemler's a really good painter. But yeah, I mean, I've had students who had an underlying understanding of foundation. That's when we would work on building like a portfolio or something. I'd still have to get a good amount of actual work made to even do a one-on-one sit down. I think people could do one-on-one sit downs at any time, really.
Yeah, anytime.
I think it would be really, really useful for anybody at any time to basically just go, here's my work currently. It can just open up blind spots. It can go, wow, I never even thought of that.
Yeah, I don't think you have to be like good enough in order to ask someone.
You don't need to have like dozens and dozens of artworks to present.
Yeah.
Like, I would take a one-on-one with an artist like right now. Like, I would 100% do like one session with like Wouter Tolp or
Oh, that'd be great.
or someone, and I just show them my work, the expressions that I've done, and be like, for some reason I thought we were looking up at that.
Oh, we're looking down.
Like, I thought it was gonna be like this.
Oh, that's cool too, actually. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, I think that's actually better.
Not that you have to do this.
No, I like it. I like it.
I thought it was gonna be like that.
Yeah, we'll do that. Do you have any tips on consistency? I always draw an OC. I can't draw it again to look similar. You draw that OC many, 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 many times. That's how you're gonna get consistent.
Draw them.
Do you know how many
over
times?
And over. Do you have any clue how many times Christina has drawn her character Ray? It's
unfathomable. Like, I've drawn this character like over 1,000,000 times at this point. This is
literally
her.
so many
And
times.
crap, it's still blurry. She has to be shown. Okay, yeah. I've drawn this character like for years and years and years. I think I started drawing her. I created her in 2016, I think, and I kept drawing her. And her design, you know, changed over the years. But like overall, I've been able to nail down her look because I've drawn her so many times.
Just over and over and over. And really make decisions. Commit to decisions.
Yeah.
So what hairstyle do they have? How long is the hair? What does the specific layering look like of their hair? What type of eyebrow ridge do they have? What type of eyebrows do they have? Is it curved on the bottom and sharp on the top? Is it thick? Is it thin? What kind of nose do they have? Is it a Roman nose? Is it like a button nose? What type of lips do they have?
Yeah.
What type of ears do they have? Like my character, Abby, has wide ears. And draw them with a bunch of expressions. Decide on the very, very specific shapes of what do their eyebrows look like, right? Like here's my character Miki.
I have a cousin who looks exactly like that. I mean, like Ray. I would love to see a picture if I ever get her consent.
Right, like here's my character Miki. So I'll draw all these different expressions for her, and like she's sad and she's happy and she's I kind of think of the character as like Play-Doh, right? So it's like the same lump of Play-Doh or the same block of Jell-O that gets stretched and squished and pinched.
Are
And
you
then,
in Discord?
where the heck
Yes,
is
we have a
Abby?
Discord.
The heck is my Abby drawings? I don't even know
Probably
if
have it
I've
on
saved
your
it.
iPad.
No, I don't have them for some reason.
What? Maybe you sent it to me. I feel like you did send it to me.
Did I? Well, that would be a lot of scrolling. You and I message all the time.
Yeah, we do.
Let me just scroll up in ArtShare 3, I guess. I always do this.
I know, I do this.
What is
I do
going
that too.
on? So Abby has thick eyebrows. Like, here's my character, Abby. So she's got a very specific hairstyle.
Yeah. Is it still unfocused?
Come on.
That camera's being weird today.
And so, like, she cries, and she has a very specific eye shape, and even if you move it around in different ways... Like, I just draw her a bunch of times in a bunch of different expressions, and I don't even know if I have, like, the middle finger one on there. I don't think I do. No. But I'll draw these characters over and over and over and over, and really, like, what kind of eye shape do they have? What kind of face shape do they have? What are their proportions? And you memorize through repetition.
Just learned how to draw bodies with 3D shapes, so what should I do next? Keep drawing them.
Do it a lot.
Do it a lot.
Do it 10,000 more times.
Mm-hmm. It's like I'll just do 1,000 more times with the Kenichi. 1,000
Great.
more times? What? Yeah.
Has anybody seen Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple?
It's
It's on Crunchyroll
such
now.
a good anime.
What the heck is this?
For those of you who don't like fan service, you probably might not like it. But if you look past the fan service, it's not really
It's a
that
great
much.
story.
It's a great story. It's one of my favorite stories of all time.
So you learn how to do something, and then you do it so many times, it's instinct and it's second nature.
Yep.
A lot of people know how to do stuff, but you want to make it. You want to do it so many times that you literally don't even think about it. It's like learning the alphabet versus being fluent in a language. But the first step is learning. Do it like 1,000 times and take classes that give you boatloads of homework.
Mm-hmm. The part where I'm like, okay, I've established perspective, but another part's like, okay, what room is she in? Or what room is this person in?
Or how tall is
How
the
tall
room?
is the room? That's the part where I still get like messed up on, because I just don't practice.
She's
it
in like a
enough.
really, really narrow room right now.
Yeah, it's like a little, like a closet.
But you don't have to make that the room. Like
Yeah.
you could just have these as
I could just
perspective
extend it.
guides.
It is fun when it's more closed in though. It has a more interesting.
She could be in the shower.
Oh,
and she's like, I'm
shower.
gonna beat someone up in the shower.
Oh, that's fun.
You know, I don't know.
Like a public shower.
Now she's not in a room. That's just the
Yeah.
grid.
Yep.
The public shower. It's funny.
It's horrible. I'm gonna beat you up. It's horrible.
I mostly draw it traditionally. Is there any way to help make a smoother transition to digital? Yeah, I had a really big problem with this, which is it feels super awkward for a while. Number one, just do it a lot. Number two, try to just recreate what you do traditionally with digital. So don't use any fancy layer settings. Don't use any fancy functions. Just get like one brush, use just one or two layers, and just draw a lot like that. And as you get comfortable with the program, just like slowly expand into different stuff like clipping masks or colors and layers and different brushes and settings. But like I would say if you draw traditionally, just recreate what you already do traditionally in your digital program, get comfortable with that, and then slowly expand.
So that's what they look like. Locker room showers.
Sure. I don't care.
They would have like a rod.
Y'all have any animal studies? No, actually.
No.
Animals are one of the things on my list of getting better at, of practicing. Book, program, and brush. It's a Procreate on the iPad. And the brush you can get for free on our profile or in our Discord server.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are on Discord. If you want the Discord invite and you're on TikTok, you can send us a direct message and ask for the invite. Also, you can just go to drawanime.com and the Discord invite is going to be on that page. For YouTube, Dahlia actually just pasted that link in the chat. Thank you, Dahlia. And make sure if you join the Discord server, you go to the verified channel and hit that check mark. It'll give you the role to get into the server. We have great anti-bot protection on our social media server. You know, it's really funny. This is very interesting, chat. I don't know how much you would find it interesting, but essentially, we have 2 Discord servers. One of them has, I don't know, 3,700 people, and the other one has about almost 2,000. And one of the servers has students that bought our classes on Udemy. And then the other one is a completely free Discord server that's from social media. And what we found is that people who buy a class and then join a Discord server draw a way less than people who come from social media. And it's interesting because you'd think, oh, I want to learn how to draw. The first thing I'm going to do is go out and buy a class. The class doesn't actually motivate you to draw. But if you're on social media consuming free content on art, you're drawing for fun. So it's almost like an intrinsic versus an intrinsic versus, what is it, extrinsic?
Is it extrinsic? I don't know.
Internal versus external motivation, right? So people who draw for fun and browse social media draw. They don't need somebody to tell them to draw, they just draw. But people who buy a class, now not all of them, I'm talking generally, right? A lot of people who buy a class are hoping that the class is going to motivate them to draw, and it doesn't.
Yep.
And so what ends up happening is that the YouTube and TikTok Discord server is super active and full of people who are really, really passionate about art, whereas the student server is full of people who don't draw very much. And I thought it was kind of like an interesting psychological, like psychology thing, you know? Mm-hmm. And now the student Discord server existed like years before the TikTok and YouTube one. Also, for some reason, Udemy students get hacked all the time.
They really do. I don't know
I think
why.
for some reason, a lot of people just have really weak passwords. So they're just constantly getting their Discords hacked. Oh my gosh, it happens so much. But we have really, really good anti-bot precautions in the YouTube server. The YouTube and TikTok one. So we rarely have bots. I don't know if we even have one.
I don't know.
Like, people are just not really getting their accounts hacked. Although, for some reason, Maddie in the server, not Matty, but Maddie,
Oh, okay, yeah.
pretended that her account was hacked and almost got banned the other day.
What?
If I had seen that post, I would have instantly banned it.
Interesting.
Tori like messaged her and was just like, are you hacked? And she's just like, no, I was just playing. And I'm just like, bro, you're lucky.
You're lucky.
Because I ban people whose accounts look like they're hacked instantly. Like, if you're like, oh, free Discord Nitro, banned instantly.
Interesting.
I definitely don't draw as much as I thought I would when I bought the class, but hopefully that changes. Yeah, and I mean, there's a good balance, right? There's a good balance. It doesn't mean that classes are bad. It just means that generally they don't motivate people to draw. It's like the motivation and discipline to draw is kind of like this separate thing. Classes are good. They're packed full of really good knowledge. And so are like books. It's like, how many books do people buy that they don't read? A lot.
Oh, a lot.
And there are really fun classes. I honestly think the education system is so horrible it makes people like
Dislike learning.
hate learning, or it makes people affiliate learning with like work. I think the education system is absolutely atrocious. You have to spend the rest of your life relearning how to enjoy learning because it was completely ruined in school.
I wish I could still like learning these days. I definitely feel you. Feel it. I feel like a lot of my backgrounds or my rooms kind of are modeled after the bedroom that I had when I was younger. Maybe because that's the only bedroom layout that I know.
Committing to a class feels like a huge hurdle to pass, but the live streams are like one-day seminar. And that's kind of how we want our social media channels to be, right? We want it to be like fun learning. I don't like the term edutainment that much. I like this fun learning. it's like we're hanging out, we're having a good time, we're doing art together, and also learning stuff. And I also think that like people are built to learn. It's just been completely ruined by the education system. Like, have y'all seen those TikToks where it's like a song and it's like teaching you stuff? I always watch all of those.
I love
It's
that.
like this catchy song and it like teaches you random stuff. Student server used to be a lot more active when I first joined, but now it's just silent. Yeah, we don't really put in any work into keeping the student server active. We're on the we actually moved all the anime art school role and invites and stuff to the new server as well. You guys have a new server? No, our server is the new server. We have an old server from like 2020 or 19 or something.
Yeah.
Can I ask your opinion on the Loomis technique? I want to use it. Yeah, it's solid. It's great. It's a good technique.
Yeah.
A lot of people prefer the Asaro head. One of these guys right here. I prefer it. You just do tons and tons of studies of this. There's loads of photos online. This is actually the thin one. I want the thicker walled one. I can tell because it feels kind of light. Here we go. The shadows on that one are way better. Like, look at the difference in shadows on these two heads. Like, this one's like
that's
so
wild.
hard to see. This one's way easier to see.
It's crazy.
It's because these have really thin walls and the plastic's kind of see-through. An Asaro head, ASARO. There's loads of references of these online. People just draw them over and over and over from different angles. But the Loomis head method it's solid. I don't use it, but it's just general head proportions. Like, simply put, head proportions are circle, you come out an extra third. So you come out an extra third. Eyes are going to be in the center of your head. What is it exactly? These are kind of shaved off a little bit. Your jaw comes down like this, right? Your brow ridge is above that. This is kind of a weird proportion, sorry. Your brow ridge is above the eyes. There's no exact measurement for it. Your nose is halfway between the bottom of the brow ridge and the chin. And then your lips, you can either divide this up into thirds. Here's your mouth, and here's the top of your chin. Or you go halfway, and this is the bottom of the lower lip. That's pretty much standard head proportion that you would learn anywhere. Loomis method uses that. Asaro uses that. And then you adjust based on that. So, you have your keystone corner. You have your nose. This is kind of a bad head drawing, but whatever.
That's it proves the point.
Bottom of your nose to the top of your head. Duplicate that down. That's the pit of the neck where the clavicle. That's also one hand length, by the way.
Oop. Now about my mic.
That also is one hand length, generally. And then you would essentially use this and construct the planes of the head off of it. Sternocleidomastoid, your ear is from the bottom of your nose to your brow ridge. And again, this is a really fast drawing. And I probably have messed up on some of these things. There's a plane right here. Plane goes back. You have this swoop. Where's the skull? That's back there. Can you grab it? Your zygomatic arch right here, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Comes out from the middle of your ear and extends down and swoops down to the chin. So you'll generally have this line here. Like that. And yeah, it's basically like that. And then there's a lot of other things, like the eyes are one eye width apart. So if you want to learn head drawing, I would study the skull. I would study the skull, draw this a bunch of times. There's a bunch of good breakdowns of it online. This is going to be the structure of your head. All right? This is a horribly proportioned head.
It's
'cause I'm
fine.
at such a weird angle.
You actually did a pretty good job. Looks like you're not drawing at a different angle.
All right? Trapezius comes down here. Sternocleidomastoid comes from behind your ear. And there's a bunch of tips on drawing like eyes and noses and mouths as they get more complicated. But that's essentially like any proportional method that you learn, which is like Loomis, Asaro. Does Riley have a head method, or did he just do the Riley rhythms? There's a lot of different head like breakdowns and stuff out there, but everything is going to be based on that, right? Eyes in the center. Nose is between your brow ridge, halfway between your brow ridge and your chin. One hand length to the bottom of your nose, one hand length to your pit of your neck. Your clavicles are each one hand length apart. And then everybody learns that, and then they go from there and they adjust proportions and stuff. Wondering how you create childlike anime faces?
Squish the face a lot.
Yeah, you squish the face.
Round it and squish it. So this is like a very boxy version of it. For a child, you would basically shrink the chin so that the cranium of the head is way bigger, and then you would round out the cheeks.
Did we say? Oh yeah, we did say earlier we should wrap up,
Yeah, we did.
but
And
we
then-
just stay on however long we feel like.
Yeah. So automatically, this looks like a child now.
Ooh, that would be great though. What if somebody was in the chat, and every time we say we're gonna wrap up, they start a timer, and then after we wrap up, there's like Fox says another terrible stream over, and then Dahlia says like 37 minutes of wrapping up or 2 hours of wrapping up. That would
Yeah.
be pretty funny.
Bean nose.
Definitely made the head. I definitely made the head size too big on the pieces I'm working on right now. We'll have to resize it. That's great. It's good that you
You noticed
that you
it.
noticed. Struggle with the head to body proportions. I definitely any tips on do a style study? Do you have any animal? Okay, in less than a week, I'm getting a new iPad for art. That's awesome. Congrats. That's gonna be really fun. My mind goes blank when it comes to 3-point perspective. Is there any trick to get it?
Is there any trick?
I could talk about that a little bit if you want.
Sure.
How would you handle the facial features and details for a character where the camera is zoomed out and you are seeing them at a distance? So that would be a really long lens. It would flatten the face. You wouldn't get any convergence. I would study photography. Look at like an 85 millimeter lens taking a picture of a face, or like a 100 millimeter lens taking a picture of a face versus like a 24 millimeter. There's some pretty good guides out there for photographers, because they deal with this question all the time. It's super common in photography, but not very many people talk about it in art, because you have to kind of get to a pretty high level in art before the topic even comes up. But camera lenses is like photography. So switching from traditional to digital, would I treat the pen as if it were a traditional pencil? If you're used to drawing with a traditional pencil, I would recommend that. Just try to recreate, like, the basic things, right? Like, one layer, one brush, get used to drawing that way. I would recommend it. 3-point perspective. Yippee! I'm not sinking to the ground. 3-point perspective. I kind of got a tinkle too in a little bit. The heck? There we go. Let's go. 3-point perspective, right? We have to understand what it is. Like, what is 3-point perspective, right? 1-point perspective, 2-point perspective, 3-point perspective. So 3-point perspective is used to look at objects from an angle where we can basically see 3 sides of them, right? So there's going to be 3 vanishing points, and it's going to give you a lot of depth. So we're going to have a vanishing point up that way. We're going to have a vanishing point up that way. We're going to have a vanishing point down there. Or if we're looking up at it, it's going to be up there. So it's like we're looking up, but we're looking over to either the left or the right at the object, all right? Because if we were looking up at the object, it would just look like this. And it would just be 2-point perspective, but we're looking up at it. So over here, we would have like 3-point perspective, like this. And over here, we would have 3-point perspective, like this. So 3-point perspective is basically created. It's a simplification that was created so we could look up or down at objects at an angle. And so 3-point perspective, if I just have like a ring of boxes, right? This would not be 3. You would get 3 in here and over here. And then over here, you'd probably get 2. Right here, you would get 3. Over here, you would get 3. And then over here, you'd get 2. 2-point perspective again. So 3-point perspective is basically useful for objects and scenes that are at this kind of angle, right? And it's the same thing back here. You'd get 2-point, and then right here, you'd get 3-point. You'd get 3-point. Back here. So we'd have a vanishing point below, we've had a vanishing point back there, and a vanishing point back there, all right?
How are you doing this without a perspective guide?
I think they asked that to you.
Okay. Oh, oops. I didn't know that.
This is her perspective
This
guide.
is my perspective guide.
The box
Yeah.
is the grid.
Yeah.
So Christina's vanishing point is like right here. See? That's the
Wait,
guide.
Measure the do it to the box. See if I did that. Okay.
What box?
That
This box?
Yeah.
It's pretty accurate.
Oh, okay.
This is just 1-point perspective as well.
Yeah.
So her box is the guide. And she knows where her horizon line is, right? I would say she's probably like 5 feet. 5 foot. If that's a girl,
4,
maybe you're like
that's
4.5 feet. Okay, then it's probably like 4.5 feet horizon line. So anyways, 3-point perspective is it's kind of finicky. It's kind of finicky because you've got, so it's really only useful when you're looking up or down at something, right? Because right here, if I have 2-point perspective and I bring this out, I can have a box above my horizon line, like right here, that I'm looking up at.
Dahlia says, Christina said, do you want to wrap up soon? About 45 minutes ago.
Yeah.
That's funny. That is what we do.
We don't really have anything to do other than working on our,
Heads.
Oh, yeah. Did I show that? Can you give me my phone?
No, I don't think you did.
I took a little video of this adult head that I was sculpting on earlier. There it is.
It looks good.
It's in Blender.
This is adult male, right?
Yeah, that's
that's
the
good.
start of the adult male.
It's actually
And
really
then
good. What's the video before that? Oh no.
It's
that's
just a
something else.
photo.
Okay.
Look at this little goofball.
Oh, cutie. Hold on, I had a good picture of him
Such a
earlier.
sneak.
Yeah, a little sneak. I have way too many photos of kitties.
But
Oh, there's
anyways,
this one.
oh yeah. Well, they saw that earlier.
Yeah, he looks like a little piece of bread loaf.
All right. Whoa, this camera is so distorted. What the heck? It's like
I have no
it
idea
keeps
what.
like going back. Oh, I know. I need to do this, and then I need to I need to unscrew that and bring it back like this.
Poppy was so sweet earlier today.
That
wasn't
should
she?
work better. That feels pretty good. All right. So 3-point perspective, like 1-point perspective is right here, right? This is your Z-axis, and this would be a 1-point perspective grid. So if I was going to turn this into 1-point perspective, I would flatten my X lines instead of curving them like a fisheye lens, and then my boxes would be in here. So a 1-point perspective box would look like this. And it's very limited. It's really only useful if you're basically looking straight on at something like this box here, or if you very slightly turn it, 1-point perspective. 2-point perspective is created so we can look at the side of things. So this would be 2-point perspective like this, and it's only really useful if you're looking up a little bit or down a little bit. But if you start going here, you have to switch to 3-point perspective, or else you're going to get a really weird look to your work, all right? So 3-point perspective was created so you can look at things from the side and the top or the bottom. So things have to go beyond here. So most of the time when I see people using 3-point perspective, they're using it where it doesn't really need to be used. So for example, I wouldn't need to turn this box into 3-point perspective, or if I did, it'd be really, really subtle, right? Do you guys do sponsored streams? I'm not against it. You can send a DM if you're interested in sponsoring or something. Was in a silly, goofy mood. What yo talking about?
Who?
Stuff,
Oh,
maybe?
stuff. Dolly says, oh, I saw your stuff in my FYP.
Okay.
And that's why.
So, what I like to do when I do 3-point perspective, I usually just start with a plane. Like this. I start with a plane. And now I think, what's the convergence, right? I could draw a plane that has very little convergence. And so, these two lines don't come together very quickly, and these lines don't come together very quickly. Or I could draw a plane where they do come together a lot faster. So like this. These lines, this line goes back and this line goes back, and they cross a lot closer than the lines on this one cross. And so if I'm drawing something like that, then this is going to be more extreme.
Numeris is 50K, so we'll probably give another round of head pats soon.
Awesome. Right, and then this is going to be more extreme. Then this line and this line are going to come and cross faster. This one, not really. They're not really going to cross that fast. So I could just go the tilt of these lines. I wouldn't tilt it like this. That's not going to look right. I'm going to do it a little bit slower. It's going to be like this, just a little bit slower. And then this one, it's kind of going to be in the middle. So I would say drawing Krenz cubes would actually really help a lot with this as well. So what you can do is if you're looking at something from above and you tilt it a little bit, you're going to get like this square. And then these lines are going to come together. And the funny thing is, this is basically just a 1-point perspective cube, right? Like if I were to do this and I were to do this, well, let's crisscross these, see where they line up. There's a vanishing point. Here's a horizon line.
That's a super tilted. You
Yeah.
tilted the canvas.
But the funny thing is, if I do it like this is where perspective is kind of weird, right? This will come back together towards a vanishing point down there. This will come back together towards a vanishing point down there. And this will come and converge right there.
3-point.
3-point. And if I make this a little bit less, so if I go and I don't look at it at quite the same angle, say I look at a little bit more of the side of the box. So I've taken this box and it's like this, right? This box right here is kind of like that. Ah, crap. It's kind of like that. This one is more like that. Like you're seeing more of this side and that side. And then, of course, if I flip it upside down, it's the same thing. So generally in 3-point perspective, your vanishing points are going to be pretty far away. You're generally not going to have a vanishing point in your frame. If I draw a frame and I have 3-point perspective in this frame, usually, and I draw a 3-point perspective box in it, let's just cut it off there. My vanishing points would be like way down there, way up there, way up there. They'd be very far out of my frame, and I think that's what trips a bunch of people up.
Every time it goes out of the frame, it's like, ah!
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm like
So
that.
I would recommend even just making like a simple grid and just going even something like that. Then you can draw boxes in it. I could draw it just... What did I just do?
I have no clue.
Flip
Undo.
vertically.
Oh.
Right, you can draw your little grids
June
and
Sky
boxes.
uses DM sent.
Sure.
Check it out.
Yeah, I'll probably take a look at it after stream. So there's like a simple 3-point perspective grid. You could even draw these outside of the box or outside of the frame.
Ooh. That's so satisfying.
And you work on twisting shapes? Twisting shapes? You mean twisting forms?
I think twisting
Shapes
yeah.
shapes are 2D, like a circle, a square, and a triangle. Forms are 3D, like a sphere, a box, a cone. So you mean forms, right? Yes, forms. I mean, like, if I want to twist a box, I would draw a rectangle, and I would draw another rectangle, say, at a different orientation. Then I'd connect, you know, the sides. Did I connect that one to the right side? Right, you can do something like that. I mean, if you want to twist a cylinder, you can just show it twisting by doing this. So what it really is if you want to twist a form, it's just going to be one side of the form as at a different orientation as another side. And then say, for example, I even got another one like, I could connect that and do that.
What brush are you using? You can get this brush in our profile. Cool.
Another way that you can do it is you could draw a full-on box. And then you could draw another box. Like, this is how you would do like the rib cage and the pelvis. Or this is how a lot of people would do it. And then they would connect to this. And they could maybe go like that. You can connect them. You can also go, like, you can draw a box and pretend that this box is maybe being tugged from one side. This would really go into design. But let's say this box is being tugged from one side, right? So this side is being pulled up. So maybe I'll draw this box again and go, well, that's coming up a little bit, and this is coming up, and this one's really coming up. So we've got this pull, and maybe this side's kind of being lifted, and maybe this side's sort of bending as it gets really tugged upwards. And so I would use curves in here, and I would start to pull my box along this sort of velocity, right? So pull a line like this, and it's all kind of tugging towards this spot. So all of my lines are basically coming in, and the gesture would be like that. And so then my perspective would start getting distorted along that line. Like that. You could really do this with any form, right? It could be a cylinder where, let's say I start to tug up that way, and so maybe I get this, and then this pulls, and so I'm getting that, but it's like pulling up and kind of coming to a pinch like this. Maybe we even get like a little fold right there, and this is being pulled.
Do you guys have tips for line art, like a larger YouTube video or something? I always mess up with thickness and distance. Line art?
What brush? You could get the brush for free on the linky on our profile. You can also get it on our Discord server. If you want to get the link for the where you can get the brush, it's drawanime.com. That is our website. You can find a free download to the brush on there. This really starts to get into design.
Well,
like
Colin's actually doing some line art right now. He's
curves and straights.
Yeah.
And like design is huge. Like design is what makes anything look good, right?
How small is that drawing now? Tiny.
Not too small.
It's okay.
I'm kind of just using the size of the brush that I have. And so, like, you know, curves and straights and C curves and accelerated curves. So if I want to make something look more interesting, I'll have, say, maybe a box, right? And then let's say we have another box right here. And if I have some sort of like a material stretching between these two, maybe I can come out like this, and I'll use a really tight curve right here. This will be a really long curve right here. This will be a little tight curve, and I want to make sure that this curve and this curve are different from each other to make it more interesting. And then maybe I'll go down here, right? So we've got this, and maybe I'll pull out a curve, and then I'll really pull that down. Feel that gravity coming back up.
Ooh.
And so I've got this long S curve here where it's like zoop, and then I've got this short curve, and you can really feel that pulling down, right? I might even be able to make this feel a little bit more like it's tugging just by going, let's see. Now imagine that there's actually like a ground down here, right? So what if it was like, there's like the ground. So it could even be maybe like that.
Do I need to learn actual human anatomy to make story time animation of cartoon style? Or can I just try Cartoon Anatomy first? Do you mean like
You
storyboarding?
do something like that.
Well, that's fun.
I mean, it's up to you. It's
up to you.
Try it, see what happens.
Yeah. Usually a lot of storyboards are pretty rough. And so a lot of time you don't really need like crazy anatomy. I would say just understand your forms and proportion for your figures and you're good.
Maybe I could bring this out a little bit more and make that a little bit thinner. Maybe I could make this one a little bit thinner.
This is how they make food in anime so good. Good shape design.
You know, maybe could do something like that. I would do a lot of these different shapes, right? Or these are actually shapes. These aren't volumes, not unless I start adding, you know, volume information to it.
Interesting because it looks like volume to us. It kind of feels like volume.
Yeah, I could do something like that.
Ooh.
And turn them into volumes. But I'll just keep them shapes right now. You know, and we could go have something like this and have something like that. And I would probably refer to this side because it's lower. And then this would probably come around and... So I wouldn't make this in the center like that. I would refer it to one side, so the left. To make that curve more interesting. And when I'm drawing these things, I'm really thinking about the shapes that I'm using. Where are these curves? Where are the S curves? Where are the C curves? Right? If I have a shape and it looks like this, I probably don't want to do that. I'm probably going to take one and move it so it's not symmetrical. And I'll probably take this one and maybe I'll just go, well, I'm going to move it, but I'm also going to make it a different curve. And so then maybe I can move this one and go,
How you do legs?
see how that looks interesting now? Like, it looks so much more interesting than if I were to just do that. So there's like A and B. B looks a lot more interesting. Or sorry, A looks way more interesting just because I've created a lot more variety, a lot more interest through the shapes and how they play against each other. You know, and we can even work on it more and we can go, you know, maybe I could rotate this so it creates an unevenness in the distance. So we could even do something maybe like that. And we can have even a third shape and it could come out. Maybe like that. This is what you learn in gesture drawing, by the way. Like when you learn gesture drawing, one of the first things you learn is like this kind of concept in the body. Like, you know, the rhythms of the body. And like the legs. They would, a lot of the time they'll go.
Ooh, fancy.
This is how like John Asaro would draw. Who actually made the Asaro head. He does these really like...
It's like these tubular...
Yeah, he draws the bodies like this and he draws the arms like... Like he breaks down all his gestures like this.
That's fun. It's cute. Not cute, but like it's cool.
It's a really good breakdown. You know, the shoulder, the arm, the radiobrachialis area. Here's this, you know, the sartorius creates this rhythm right here. The kneecap, the feet would be like an extension of that. And it's the same thing from like a side view, right? You've got the neck, the rib cage, the pelvis. the head, the quads, the calf, the foot. Like, a lot of people really break down the body like this to create that very gestural flow. And they'll draw the legs as like curve, straight, curve, straight, foot. Those kind of rhythms of the body, you know. And it's all based off of this same principles. You pretty much draw anything the same way, which is like you're basically playing curves and straights against each other. And so if I'm bending boxes like this, I would be playing those curves and straights against each other. And the reason it's so hard is because I'm having to think in 3D and 2D at the same time. And like, I'm thinking about the straights and the curves, and I'm also thinking about, so like, this would be in perspective, but I would also want to make sure it's got an interesting accelerated bit to it. This would be in perspective, but I would also be like, how can I make that interesting and dynamic? This is in perspective. How can I make this interesting and dynamic? This is also in perspective, and so is that. Right? So like making this box feel interesting and dynamic while also retaining that perspective. Would you recommend doing the rough sketch out of shapes and connect them rather than freehand people? Huh? You mean like this sort of thing up here? You can. I would try it all the ways. You go over drawing a gauntlet and like mecha techs. You know, funny enough, one of the first professional jobs I did, I designed like these little robots for a theme park in China, and they called them mech techs.
Mech techs? Interesting.
Like building them shape by shape rather than free sketching. Yeah, I would totally recommend doing that sort of thing. I mean, this is literally in every figure drawing book. This little concept right here. Art is just a bunch of using an excuse. Like finding convenient excuses to show your decision making or to show things. Like, that's a very dynamic shape. This kind of fluid.
Mm-hmm. I could just eat it.
Honey.
Ooh, yeah, honey.
I learned a lot of this stuff from an artist named Wouter Tulp. He's a very, very good character designer. Really expressive stuff. And it's all the same with expressions as well.
Heard from so many artists that drawing Honkai Star Rail or Genshin Impact characters is a pain to do.
No idea.
They're just very detailed. They're very complex, and they have a bunch of bits and pieces to them that are very that a lot of artists are like, I have to juggle with a bunch of stuff. So I think that's why a lot of people find them difficult. I mean, I drew some chibi-fied Genshin characters for one of our TikToks, and I found them kind of hard to do. But it's just because they have just a lot of stuff going on in their design. Oh, how fun. I like that character. How long have you been drawing? We've both been drawing for quite a
Today?
long time. But today, how long? How
don't
long
know.
has this stream been so far? We've been live for 3 hours and 24 minutes. Oh, he's so cool. He's like a Yakuza grandpa.
What should I do for the mouth, actually?
I like that mouth though. Like this.
Oh, should I?
Yeah.
It was gonna be open,
Oh.
but I don't know if I will do it open. You think like what this
Yeah, that's like that's like the lip underneath, yeah. He's fun. Oh yeah, I like that. That butt chin. Cute dimple chin. Put him in like a nice suit.
I would want a reference of his suit. Here, look one up. Whatever.
That one's cool.
That is pretty cool. So the first thing that I would want to do with this character is definitely figure out the volume, the overall volume of his body.
Any tips to get better? Do you recommend tracing stock images to learn shapes easier?
Nope.
Nope. Just draw. A lot of it is just tackling yourself onto the paper and just trying it, even if it sucks.
Yeah, I would really learn a foundation.
Yes. We teach foundation, so if you want to improve and have some tips, like, you can come and watch us. We also have a school that covers the foundation to get better, and that is 20% off right now.
Yeah, I would study foundation, like fundamentals of dimensional drawing, fundamentals of design.
Yep.
But it depends on what you want to get better at.
Yeah.
You're pretty much going to need to design and draw dimensionally no matter what you do.
Mm-hmm. Dimensional drawing is great. Are these OCs? Well,
This
is
a
rando.
This is a random. Like, I mean, yeah, it would be considered an OC simply because I'm just making it up as I go.
Yeah.
So what we got?
We got that collar that flares out. We could even have a bit of art, like chest hair.
What is wrong with this iPad, bro?
I don't know. It's just haunted. I don't know.
It hates
haunted.
me. Let's make it a really high collar.
Yeah.
And let's bring
Make it
this.
flamboyant.
Hold up. And we got a button here.
Something's wrong with me. I can only draw men, and all the women I draw look masculine. No, that is not. There's nothing wrong with you. I had the same opposite problem where I drew women, and all the guys that I drew looked like women. So, a lot of it is just practicing differences of genders. Like, if you want to make your women look more feminine, soften the face a lot, soften the jaws. Maybe make the eyes a bit bigger, or the angles of the nose and the eyebrows a lot more sloped and graceful. That will generally immediately create a change in the appearance. So, yeah, I would draw a guy on one side, and then on the other side, I would draw like a woman's face and like actually make those changes just to compare. That's what I would do. Might want to move that over a little bit to the side because it's kind of the edge. There we go. I can imagine him being kind of like muscular. So like his deltoids would really bulge out from the
Yeah, we
suit.
could do that. I would want to draw the body underneath first.
Yeah. What if I want to draw women with masculine features?
Then draw women with masculine
draw
features.
Masculine features. Make some features more angular.
No one's stopping you.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we'll do that, and we'll put that deltoid.
Yeah.
I gotta like figure this out. I'm gonna erase a bunch of this stuff.
It's already helping. That's great. Awesome.
All right. Deltoid, bicep, tricep. Something maybe like that.
Yeah. Wow, his nose. Yes, his nose is great. Is it easier to practice drawing already made anime characters, get an idea of shapes and features? It's not a bad idea.
You can study
You
them.
can study them, yeah. Like
I don't like his nose all that much.
hook nose, maybe, or like a Roman nose. Yeah, you can definitely study other existing features. Existing anime characters. That'd be great. Oh, that's funny.
I could do that. Nah. I don't like that either. I don't like the eye either.
Oh, that's a fun nose. Nice. I like him already. Very
I feel
devious.
like that's better.
He looks like a mafia guy who really likes his food. Could give him even like a little beer belly. Nah, yeah, that probably wouldn't. I don't know.
It's a little better.
Fun. How's everyone doing? 60K likes already. Wow.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I would be doing tonight anyways.
Yeah.
I'm going through more of
Oh, I love that curled eyebrow.
I'm going through more of Wouter Tulp's class, and we're gonna get into we're gonna get into expressions soon-ish. But we're going through some like clothing and folds and stuff right now.
That's nice. Chubb says you're so talented. It's so nice to watch you draw.
Well, thank you,
Wait, I
appreciate
love that mustache. Wait, that's so good. Should he also have a mustache that matches his eyebrows?
Should it like curl in? You
Maybe
mean?
we should curl in, yeah.
So maybe we'll have like kind of repeat that.
Repeat that motif. Or like,
I could do something like that. I could do it before, so it's not in the silhouette.
could even do something like, yeah, like that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's almost
He's-
like.
And even his pose could be like, Even his eyebrows have muscles.
Yeah, his muscles have muscles.
His muscles
eyebrows have muscles.
We have a gold chain. He's great. What should his name be? Sebastian.
What if we So I was even thinking like. He could even be like.
The drawing reminds me of a henchman or an Italian bodyguard.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I forgot to draw a center line on him.
I'm suffering in UK heat along with thunderstorm. Oh man. Thunderstorm sounds nice though.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's kind of how I imagine his body type to be a little bit.
Maybe I'd even like make him like that. Let's take this.
What's Porco Rosso's body type anyways?
Let's take this. And let's give him like
Porco Rosso suit. Yeah, that's what he reminds me of. I think stubbier legs.
we could.
That's what I'm reminded of.
So a stubby leg, huh? To do something like that, I'm even thinking take this whole thing.
Oh, that's fun.
I don't like any of these legs. Come on.
I think maybe put less curves and make them more rectangular. Maybe.
Nah. Just thinking.
Yep.
So hot in here.
I don't know. It is pretty hot, huh? Should I move the evaporator cooler inside?
Nope, you can't. It's not
Oh,
long
that's
enough.
right. It isn't.
Not a long enough cable. Maybe I'll work on the arm a little bit. What should his arm be? I'm sweating so much. So stinking hot in Arizona. There's no way to cool down. Maybe I'll make this a little bit more interesting of a shape.
That's cool.
Big belly on him.
Yeah, that looks fun.
I'm kind of just designing like a separate character now.
Oh, okay. My school starts tomorrow, and I'm drawing instead of sleeping.
Maybe it'd be almost be something like
We don't have AC in homes. Oh, that sucks. Whoa, that's cool. I like his arms. Zombie, thank you for the follow.
I feel like that is okay.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
What were you saying earlier?
Hmm?
You drew something.
Did I? Oh, I drew that.
A stance of some kind.
No, I didn't.
Oh, I
I
guess
just drew
not.
the mustache. That's a good body type. It's very fun.
Maybe I'll just do something like that.
Yeah, looks good. I like that your lines feel just feel very traditional looking. I like it. We're married for 5 years. That's what Applejack looks like right now, huh?
Bro, Applejack. Applejack is just such a stinking dad bod cat. It's ridiculous.
He used to be so fit and then he got neutered.
He was the pride of the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Should he have a hair like that?
Yeah, sure.
Nah.
Too pretty boy for that.
I'm probably just gonna change up the. Let me think.
Yeah, bigger.
I don't have enough room to draw, bro.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Nijigal, thank you for the follow. Oh, I like this guy. He looks so sweet.
What kind of eyes to give him, really?
Sharper eyes? Like Abby eyes? Or yeah, I like that. He could be bald too.
Yeah, he could be.
Or he got priest hair.
I don't mind that.
I think priest hair comes from like the ears and it wraps around. Yeah. That's fun. Someone says Mario.
Kinda.
Kind of is. He could be named Mario.
Mario
Why
let
not?
himself go.
Mario let himself go. Have a tank top.
Then this muscle. So we've got the bicep in here,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes like that.
Yeah.
And then the deltoid connects in front of
The tricep.
the middle part,
Yeah.
but behind the bicep. And then the tricep is kind of like that. And then we got the radiobrachialis here. And if it was like that, then it's kind of like...
This guy looks so fun. I can see him offering me a pie if I move into his neighborhood. Yes. I definitely agree.
I don't know if I want him that defined, though.
Should I look for like a chubby body type?
Nah. You know, that's a good idea. Maybe we'll make him like a baker or something. Let's look up like a baker outfit or something.
Baker outfit. Baker. Oop. Men. There's that one.
That's pretty good. We could do that.
The baker's boss. I would totally see a story of like a bakery, but everyone addresses the baker, the boss, as like, oh, boss, and it's kind of like a mafia type structure or something.
Could be funny.
That could be really funny.
What
Well,
does
like-
the bottom look like?
Like
What
chefs
we
are
don't-
actually really hardcore. Like a lot of them actually are kind of like degenerate, like delinquents. At least that's
Yeah.
what John Paul said.
Yeah, like a lot of them didn't really have a place to go.
Yeah, so they just chose cooking, and then they were kind of like ruffians, which I think is super funny. It's super fun.
And then there's like the double buttons, and it's
The Dawn Bakery.
how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
This
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it 6 on all of them, or is
I
it
don't
just
know.
on some of them? You know how like a Jeep has 7 things on the grill?
Yeah.
Like, no, they all look kind of different. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, but that's a costume. It might not be accurate. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one has 4.
That one looks like a 6 down there. Bread stock.
That's a
photo.
pretty cool one. I like that photo that you had found though.
That there.
That
I
one.
even like his hat.
Yeah, it's a pretty good hat.
Like bakers are, I heard, are also pretty strong because they gotta do a bunch of arm workout stuff.
Tension point. Tension point. Big belly.
Big belly.
Uh,
We're gonna have him
Probably-
holding like a French baguette as like a weapon. Or rolling pin. Yeah. It's genius.
heck was that rolling pin? Here it
I
is.
don't know. Oh, yep.
I'll make that shape more interesting. 10% battery
Uh-oh.
on the pencil.
Uh-oh.
Are you gonna undo, or am I gonna have to smack you, homie?
Maybe, oh, well, I don't think a baker would use a broken rolling pin. It would be kind of funny to see bandages on it, though, because he broke it like...
We'll just do something like that for now.
I like it. There should be more bald characters in anime.
Yeah, what the heck? I need more
Representation.
representation. I like your thought process.
We should just create an army of bald people. Actually, there is an army of bald people in Food Wars. Kuga.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
And the most iconic bald man is One Punch Man. Saitama?
Oh yeah.
If I looked up like.
Oh, that's more like it.
Yeah.
I kinda like this.
I like that.
I feel like there'd be a lot of
Ikaku from Bleach. Oh, I kind of remember that guy. I have 3 Baldosies. 2 are named Chester. Oh, that's funny. Are they twins? Do you think we should like beef up the back, his sides more?
You mean like this?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
You mean like back
yeah,
in
like
there?
that. We still got to think of a story for our book 3 sometime.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to do. We're
Maybe
probably-
something like this.
I like him. I really like him. What should we name him?
Ronald.
Ronald. I like that. Ronaldo?
Ronald.
Lucas.
Lucas the baker.
Lucas the baker.
I would definitely redesign that fold in that sleeve sometime.
Hey, I? Is that what? Is that I? I don't know how to pronounce it.
All this in here is disaster. And then what's going on down below? Just pants? Oh, that's kind of cool. Just go like properly like.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I like those striped
Yeah, that's what I'm
pants.
saying, bro.
Wait.
Wait a
Wait,
second.
but there's also like that piece that goes like this. Hold up.
Come on, work with me. I hate drawing on the iPad. So weird. I prefer the Cintiq so much.
There's also that piece that looks kind of like a square.
I don't know what you're drawing.
This part right here.
What is that? A
That's-
leg?
This is the legs right here.
Where is it on this image?
That piece right there.
I don't know what you're talking about. What is
This
that?
is the torso. Here's the crotch area.
Okay.
This is the ending of the apron area. Apron.
This is the ending right here.
Oh. Oh, okay.
It doesn't go past his belly.
Okay, I didn't know that. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying now. Awesome, congrats, Nana.
These pants are like very loose.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually, these are really, really cool. There's some really cool ones. And I'm just gonna say like, they have pockets?
Probably. Maybe we should have asked Benji for a reference. Because he's a baker.
Baker pants look sick, bro. That looks like a costume to
That's
me.
a costume.
That's a proper costume. This is.
That's also a costume, but it looks more grounded.
Yeah, what's like a. That's like Asian, Chinese baker. Oh, that's cute.
That is cute. Uniform? Oh, I should have looked up uniform.
Yeah,
Baker
baker uniform.
That's the key word. If you say outfit, it generally means costume. But if you say uniform, it feels more legit, perhaps. And they're all AI.
Really?
A lot of them are AI images. Does a baker wear? I'm currently designing a world map for a comic I make. Oh, that's cool. Oh, this is fun. That one looks pretty good. Oh, I love him. He's so goofy. I love him.
That's fun.
I think that's a really good shape. It's a good shape silhouette.
What if you just had like a Goliath?
Bye, Stardust.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just...
Why don't you stream using the Cintiq? I wish there was more affordable Cintiq or a way to get it on finance.
Because the Cintiq is on my PC and we have a whole stream set up with face cam and everything.
It would just make it really complicated. A nightmare, probably.
Yeah, we stream on the iPad. We have like this 2 camera setup right here and right here. And this is in the stream room. And people like seeing the hand a lot. We could stream on a Cintiq at some point, but I would have to set up a whole
Isn't XP Pen also like kind of
stream
a
setup for it.
tablet?
And we do a lot of traditional art as well.
Yeah.
So like this setup works great for switching between traditional and digital within like 2 seconds.
Didn't you say you need to take a bathroom break?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I guess my body like absorbed it. Absorbed the
Absorb your pee-pee. That's horrible.
Yep, just like Toby's feet absorb his own pee-pee when he steps in it.
Ugh. I need to spray on kitties. You feel that air?
Yeah, but I'll just do what I did earlier. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I designed this character, but then I was like, I don't really like him, and I wanted to design something with good shapes from the start. That's the problem with like designing a character starting with a feature, is like a lot of the time the features look interesting, but the overall character isn't very well planned. So if I were to design this guy, I would actually redraw him from scratch, thinking about the larger shapes from the very beginning. Like this guy. Because I kind of designed this guy thinking holistically. So this guy ends up having a much better design than the first one. Hey, Lewis. You want me to cast a spell on you? One of the mods can cast the timeout spell on you if you want. Hey, Insomnia. Poppy?
Nope.
Toby?
And Toby just meowed.
Did he?
I have no idea where he is though.
He's behind the green screen.
Oh, he is.
I saw him walk back there earlier. I guess he's still there.
Look at little Big Mac, Applejack.
Big Mac, Mac,
Mac.
Big Mac, Big Mac, Big Back, Big Mac, Applejack.
He's even purring and stuff.
Applejack?
Cutie, yeah. He's in my arms right now.
Is he happy?
He's very happy.
Should we put him on stream?
Yeah. I don't know how. There you go.
Hi, baby. You cute.
He looks like he's smiling. Wow, so clear. Look at those lovely emerald eyes, full of no thoughts.
He has literally
Full of
no thoughts in his head right now. He's just looking into nothingness. He doesn't even care.
He was sleeping under the bed, and I was like, well, I'll grab him. He's very handsome.
Yeah. There you go. Oh, that's why he was so relaxed.
Because he was sleeping earlier.
So handsome. He's very handsome.
Ugh.
There, what do you think of this guy?
Yes, I love him.
We may wrap up for real now.
I think so. It's getting late.
I want to
You want to draw?
draw and work on some stuff. There you go. There's my ending character design that I did no shoes for.
Just give him some, what are those shoes? I need to remember. I know what they look like. They look like this.
I don't have any idea. I'll just give him a little wedge to stand
Like
on.
this. Like that.
That could be fun.
Nah, it's not, that's Toby. That's the small, the small one's Toby. This one's Applejack. He's the biggest one.
Biggest back.
Biggest back. He's not really that, well, he's a bit chunky, but
He is a bit.
he's a bit chunky.
He's a little
But he's
chunky.
not like that chunky.
They told us he was gonna go up in weight after he got his ability to reproduce
After he turned into a
removed.
eunuch.
Toby?
There you go.
Very nice.
There's our character design.
He's lovely.
Toby? I see his little foot.
Footsie?
All right, everybody.
Thanks for watching.
Are we allowed to ping you guys in Discord for help? Not for help, because
We don't usually respond
we
to
don't
those.
we don't give people feedback. Well, you can take a paid mentorship or get paid feedback, but we won't. We don't do anything like that. Well, that was fun.
It was
Thank you
fun.
everybody for showing up and hanging out. I'm gonna go draw and stuff. Ugh. Oh,
That's a big back crack.
yep. Big back crack. Bye bye everybody.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Have a good
We'll see you
night.
I don't know, later this week. Don't forget, by the way, 20 hours of streaming this weekend. We're gonna do Saturday 10-hour stream, Sunday 10-hour stream.
And we have a 20% off on our Anime Art School. That's probably not going to last very long.
Yep, 20% off on Anime Art School right now through the stream. 20% off for 20,000 YouTube subscribers. So it's been a lot of fun.
Yep, the code is 20 for 20.
Yes, 20 FOR20 on the Anime Art School checkout page. You'll get like $100 off. So if you're interested in that, then you can go check it out on drawanime.com. Otherwise, we will see you later this week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'll wrap up TikTok. All right. And YouTube, I will also wrap up on you. So
Bye,
we'll
YouTube.
talk to you later.